Oh my god.
Excuse me?
Fuck him. I don't care if he's in the middle of stuff.
So you're cooking chicken on a George Foreman?
Yeah, but it's frozen, so it takes a little bit longer.
Oh, fuck. Well, how big's my beer? You're cooking...
He's brave, but I don't think he'll die.
On a George Foreman.
What about it? The Nando's.
Like Nando's in it, bruv. You put some peri-peri on it.
That sounds fucking horrific.
Imagine just going to be salt on it. I don't put the peri on it.
Oh, this is riveting fucking stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
Fuck it.
what's happening?
Episode 3, we can see Pete's dog and Pete
Episode 3 featuring
cooking his
Prince,
chicken.
Prince, Doug and Rob. We're not really
Yep.
interested in Pete's opinion on anything. I think
No,
the
it's
dog
valid.
alone will get us fucking a couple of hundred views.
Aye. There's got to be at least 4 more people viewing.
Right.
It is fucking
episode 3.
hot outside, man.
How nice is the weather,
My old lady neighbours just sat out on the wee balcony bit, just reading a book.
She got her saggy bangers out?
Bangers out. Nah, I did ask.
No, okay.
I offered her a bikini and she said maybe later.
Brenda, I've got a wee request.
Make it worth my while, love. Come on.
Oh, fuck. So episode 3, how you
Yeah.
feeling? How are we doing view-wise?
Man, episode 1 got a lot busier when...
500 quid shite.
Yeah. Annoyingly, the one that involves my fucked stomach is our most popular one.
Can't imagine why.
No.
People
We're doing a lot better than I thought we would be doing, though.
Yeah. To be fair, we have quite a lot of competition. Well,
Yeah, I know,
competition,
right?
But
Yeah, are we talking about food?
Everyone is fucking doing a podcast now.
yeah, every fucker has a podcast. What the fuck?
Yeah, even that Joe Rogan can.
Copycat
Who?
bastards.
Exactly.
Joe who? Fuck him. Let's get him on next week. Fuck it.
I think
See
we're
what's
obviously inspired by all the cool podcasts we follow, like Seth Feroci, Fuad Abiyad and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
maybe
everyone's
we've
inspired
inspired
by
everyone
us.
else. Yeah.
Because
Three guys
nobody
can
else
sit and
watches
waffle
those
fish.
guys.
Oh, Pete, you'll love this. Look.
Yeah, I noticed that. At least you got a decent mug this week.
Phantom of the Menace, mate.
Phantom of the fucking Menace,
Menace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think that we have? Do you think that we have inspired everyone else? Because let's be honest, nobody else watches.
I think it's more like,
or
fuck,
Seth.
they are just sitting waffling pish. We can do this too. Everyone's probably pretty bored.
Yeah.
Um,
Although the downside to this is everyone's going to realise our secret, which is it's really easy to sit and waffle pish.
I guess a lot of people are going down the educational
Yeah.
angle. We are not scientists.
Or
What are you on about?
when
Doug is a fucking scientist.
when we're also
Bare facts, bruv.
when we're also working, all we actually do is waffle pish. So if we're on the front door with each other, the only thing we do is talk about how
Waffle
shit our week's
pish.
been, or
Speak for yourself, Pete. I don't
How
actually
sh-
talk that much.
How
No, you
shite
don't.
your car is.
you are the customer services guy, so
I am often silent and grumpy. Yes.
Yeah, customer service. Do you want me to fire through the shite I've got? And then Pete, you put up a question thing as well.
yeah, I've got.
We keep saying that I'm the customer service guy, but I don't think anyone actually knows why.
They don't need
Because
to.
you
Tell you what,
are a
Yeah.
miserable prick.
What equate?
The backstory is quite funny though.
What
But
equate-
I'm a miserable prick, and then we were all made to do. Eh?
Yeah, basically, because Doug's such a miserable prick, we were all forced to do a customer service course at work. Ace banter. We turned it into a drinking game, actually, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And it was basically like, don't do what Doug does, and you'll be all right.
And you'll be fine. Yeah, I didn't listen, so.
Okay. Craziest door story. Bye, Pete. Sup, Prince? Prince?
I think the dog's dead.
Yeah, I think Pete needs to announce when he fucks up.
Nah,
We're just...
I don't think anyone would notice.
Pete, you've lost weight and you've got less hairy. Right, Doug,
I can still hear you.
craziest story from work. So if you don't know, we all work in the security industry in one form or another. I have done the doors since the Ice
dawn
Age.
of time.
Yeah, since the pugilists back in the 1940s.
Since you were allowed to fight people.
What is your craziest story from work, Douglas? Go.
Right, it's not me.
We have not scripted any of this, so
No,
it's not like
no.
we have this shit written down. This is just coming back.
It's I'll tell you one that's not me, but it's really funny. So
Okay.
back when I was in garage, back in my glory days.
Oh wow, what
Yeah.
a place!
So that place was like, I'll paint you a picture. It was like a
shithole.
Yeah, for everyone else, because you obviously know what it's like. It was a sweat box, and everything was laminate wooden flooring. So, yeah, there was no traction underfoot at all. Like you were slipping everywhere. So it's probably about 30 meters, 40 meters from the front door to the back door.
Yeah.
It's kind of a straight line. So there was a call to the back, a fight call to the back door. So we all ran to the back door. And one of the doormen that was always hands down, ready for a scrap, was nowhere to be seen. So we were like, where the fuck were you? And he was like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. This is obviously after the fact. Yeah. So we went and looked at the CCTV.
Man, there's no worse than running into a situation and there's someone you're expecting to be behind you and you're like, fuck, I'm by myself.
Yeah. So we were like, right, we'll go and watch the CCTV because if he doesn't want to talk about it, something's happened.
It must be hilarious.
Yes. So you can see everyone run into the back door and then you see him run, stop, and just keep sliding on his arse. And he just fucking flies basically into the other room. And then that was it. Ran between his tail, between his legs.
To be fair, I've fallen on my arse many a time on that floor in garage. Fucking awful.
That floor owes me like 3 pairs of trousers.
Should we get Pete up to speed? Pete, stop fucking about your food, man. Everyone knows you're on a diet, bro.
Rice, mate.
I better be a salad.
We're watching Pete get salmonella live. Fucking do not George Foreman frozen chicken, guys.
Why?
You'll be fine.
Well, give me a shout in a couple of days, Pedro. So we're telling our funniest door stories. Our funniest door stories, our most entertaining door stories.
I know.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
I know the door story.
Find that guy who was the cleaner at ASV.
Yeah, so the janitor. So yeah, we didn't kick him out. We just knocked him back because he was really drunk, didn't we? Oh no, he didn't have ID.
I didn't have ID. He looked 14.
So we knocked him back, and he did that typical thing where he stays and just like, oh come on, mate, please. I'm like, nah, man, it's not happening. And we're just trying to crack on. We're just trying to have a conversation with each other, and he keeps butting in. I'm like, this guy's just getting pretty rude. So I
being quite condescending. He was saying he was slagging us off for being minimum wage wankers.
Yeah, so he was getting to that point. Now, obviously, no one really knows when we're on the door, but I'm an engineer to trade. Doug's an IT guy who acts in the CIA, and you're just a pretty face, Rob.
That's Rob's only other feature.
So the guy starts so he gets like a little bit rude, and he just gets like a little bit like pointless. Like he thinks he's funny, but we're just like, mate, there's just no need. And he starts getting really bad. So if anyone hangs about the door and starts sort of berating us, then I see it as fair game to fire it back just as bad, if not better. Now,
if they're being abusive, we're allowed to take the piss. It does escalate the situation, which is wrong to any security individuals watching. Yeah. But we get bored.
Entertaining.
We get very bored. And if I recall, there was 4 of us at the front door at the time. I think me and Watsy were like up for a breather or something, or one of these were eating or something.
That never happened. Revolution Inc. That wasn't a thing.
It doesn't happen. But so I thought, you know what? Let's find out more about what we're dealing with here. So I asked, like, so what do you do? He's like, I'm a sports manager. I'm like, I've never heard of that job title.
Yeah, it was like sports facilities manager, something along
so,
those lines.
So what do you actually do? He's like, oh, just, I check the pool, make sure the ping pong tables are out. Like, so you're a janitor? He's like, no, I'm a sports manager. Right, okay.
That guy was so offended.
It's just
so offended.
In for a janitor. And he just like, so obviously we're giving it back to him, and it's just like, we're just tearing him apart. And I thought, right, this guy needs to leave. What can I say to make the guy leave? And honestly, I've never seen Watsy piss himself so much. And you were almost on the floor with us.
I was crying. I was physically crying.
Yeah, so I think I had to like stop everyone. I was like, I have to make sure everyone heard this. So then I was like, Mick, do you remember your first ever blowjob? And he was
we started off, we were calling him a virgin, man. We started calling him a wee virgin because he was giving us abuse.
Like that. So I was like, Mick, do you remember your first ever blowjob? He's like, fuck it, of course I do. Like it was yesterday. And I said, just reply with, how long did it take for the guy to come? And then just, honestly, everyone on the floor, crying, laughing. Like, one was like gripping his stomach, he was laughing that way. I just started walking down the road.
The guy was fucking speechless. He was just like,
a fucking thing. And I'm just like, I'm walking down the road. I was like, I've served enough fucking justice tonight. That honestly, he was just standing there like, no, it didn't happen. No.
It diffused the situation. The guy had nothing else to say.
That's not how I recall the situation. It was just like, you didn't know what to say, man. He was just bad. And it must have been about 45 seconds later and he left.
Yeah. Ended the confrontation. Just fucking owned.
Just absolutely finished it, eh? So I think one thing, if there are other doormen watching and they think to themselves, you know what? There's other people who come round and they never fucking leave. What can I say to make them leave? Just use that line. How long did it take for the guy to come? But obviously, the first question is...
Hey, that has to be the lead up first.
Yeah, don't just say that.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck up. You don't be like, how long did it take for the guy to come? After your first blowjob.
Shit. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, that's probably my funniest time on the door. I've had other stories where people have been sick on me, and actually there was the other time. I don't know if it's worth saying, but it was the time when
At one time at band camp.
No, I was not the Rev reopening, and
Let's not talk about that night.
Yeah,
no, that's like PTSD. I ripped the arse out my trousers. I ripped my thermals. It was not a successful evening.
Yeah.
No.
Right, do you want me? I'll go.
Dig into the archives.
I'll go old school.
Hoochie Coochie Club.
Back when they wore bomber
Back to the Hoochie Coochie Club. So I did the door back in the late 90s when
70s.
When you could
what, Rob? Good what?
You could inflict some damage on people if they...
Pain compliance was okay.
Yeah, it was all part of it. It was all part of it. If
it
you
was encouraged.
like, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people got a kick in for no good reason over the years, but not for me. But if you did something like, say, for instance, you spat on a doorman's face. Yeah, something bad would happen to you. Quick story. I remember a local Inverness Caledonian Thistle player spat on me. So I chicken winged his arm up the back and pushed it till I heard something give. He went really pale. He was sick. I basically, yeah. Then he actually spat on my face. Like,
fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
That's fucking
so he
grotesque.
He didn't play again for 3 months.
You ruined that man's career.
Ruined. I spit in my fucking face, you mink.
There's
Worst
nothing
story
worse,
ever.
man.
Worst story ever. Back to a lot of local people remember Jumpin' Jacks. Yeah, Jumpin' Jacks. Under 18s disco.
I was there.
Yeah,
Rob,
yeah.
Be careful where this story is going.
There we go. Wow.
I actually did watch a documentary on Harvey Weinstein last night.
I won't bring up Schwell. You guys remember Schwell? Oh man, he should never be allowed to work those fucking gigs. Anyway, so under 18s disco, jumping jacks, right? I notice a kerfuffle at the end of the night at the front door. There's some kids getting aggressive towards each other, right? Are they going to fight? Are they going to scrap? So it's obviously like two schools that have met.
You started placing bets.
They start knocking fuck out of each other, and they're away from the door. We're like, we should probably go over. We should go over and stop these children killing each other, right? And there's one kid that's maybe doing a bit more damage. This guy has been schooled in the art of violence. So there's this fucking 14-year-old boy that's just like left, right, uppercut, bang. Like, wow, this guy's got some skills.
Just stand back and watch.
This wee fucking dumpy bird in Adidas poppers rocks up. Big fucking handbag. So this guy's like catching his breath. She goes into her bag. She pulls out a bottle of Bailey's. You know, like the thin bottle with the big fucking end.
Yeah.
Pulls out that and just goes fucking belt right across his head. Absolutely fucking destroys the kid.
Oh, mate,
blood fucking everywhere.
Like the Thor hammer of bottles.
There you go. There you go. If you're going to choose a weapon from a drinks cabinet, you'd be like, it's got a big weight, it's got a wee handle. Essentially, Mjolnir in pansy drink form. Just fucking ruined the kid. He cried a lot because he'd got the jumper for his birthday. It was like a Ralph Lauren jumper and it was white. So he was crying a lot because he was going to get his ass kicked. He had blood all over his jumper. Didn't care his head was burst wide open. That's probably I don't even know if that's a funny story. It's an interesting story. That was. It's made me think twice about Bailey's now. Yeah.
It's like your footballer story is like I also have a footballer story.
If you're watching now, you fucking deserved it, you wee mink.
Me and David Goodwillie, toe for toe.
Oh fuck! I forgot you fought that wee rapist, aye.
Yeah. He was up to his old tricks.
Did he try it on with you? You know, mid tussle.
I tried it with him. He didn't like it when I tried it with him, which was strange.
Which was odd, yeah. So he tried it on with a 14-year-old girl, but he didn't like it when Doug tried it on with him.
Yeah, when 140 kilo Doug was like,
as
I'm having
Pete
you.
Ella would say, justice.
More bicep and just
more biceps.
More justice.
Yeah,
I love that Prince has just sat up now because Pete's got his dinner in his hand.
Off my fucking seat, the little bastard.
To be fair, it's his house now, so.
Yeah. You just dwell there.
Yeah.
Hold on, see if you can see my house from here. Wait a minute.
Pete's cage.
A chap, same venue.
Pete's cage.
Not saying anything about fucking jumping jacks back in the early 2000s. It was a shithole.
Sounds
great. A chap tried to stab me back in like 2007, 2008.
I think you told me this story.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Being a large, heavy-set male at the time, I was like the enforcer. So it was when the SIA came out, and all
Rob
the big
at 96 kilos.
Yeah, it was fucking 90 kilos dripping wet, biggest guy in the team. Nobody, like all the big goons, had been taken out of the game because SIA badge came in. So they're rolling out the badging scheme. So I was still able to work, briefly. And the chaps give me a shout upstairs. So that was like there was Chicago and there's jumping jacks upstairs. Upstairs there's two absolute fucking pikeys kicking off, needing ejected. So I grabbed the bigger one. Let's go. Wheel him out, spin him out backwards, drag him out, and it was like an old movie theater. So it's like flight of stairs, landing, flight of stairs, landing, flight of stairs, landing. So I take him out, quite the thing. The guy was locked up successfully, just pure luck. I'm not saying I'm fucking John Wick. Dragged him out, gave him to the other doorman at the front door. I was like, right, I'm going to go help my colleague who's fighting with the smaller, more junkie-esque looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got him in like a bear hug, just a really basic shite restraint. He's cuddling the guy from behind. where like looks almost like he's bumming him, and the guy's wriggling about. And I go back up the stairs. I get to the bottom of the landing of the first level, and he lets go of the guy. So the guy's facing me now, maybe a meter away, face to face, and my colleague shouts, "He has a knife! He has a knife!"
You have him.
The chap then does this, dives into his waistband and starts doing this.
That's not a knife, that's a wank.
Guys, having a wank.
Surprise!
Waistband.
It's on me.
The guy goes at his waistband and starts pulling it at something. It's a serrated bread knife with a wooden handle, like this
Your mum
fucking
has.
big, like your mum has for cutting loaves of bread. Big serrated bread knife, like a fucking poverty style machete in his pants. So I see him go to his waistband. I see a wooden handle, and all bets are off. All fucking bets are off. I stepped in and I hit about a meter behind where his head was at the beginning. Like I went through him. The small junkie-esque man folded, wrapped him up, pulled the fucking bread knife out of his skid mark pants, checked, patted him down. He had a fucking steak knife in his sock as well. So I locked him up. Chap got lifted. Police came along, watched the footage, both turned to me like, some fucking hit. Thank you very much. Job jailed. There you go. That's my worst story from doing the door, I think.
Moral of the story is, that's why we do the Schofield.
We do the Schofield. Pat me down. Yeah, so if you're looking to stab someone, maybe not a serrated bread knife.
No, pick your weaponry better.
Yeah. Choose your weapon wisely.
Let's think of the logistics of that in general. Why would you put a knife down the front?
Right. What my question is, was it teeth facing the banger or teeth facing away? Because that could have gone real bad.
Wow. Imagine he just fucking circumcised himself.
That would be
What?
Getting punched too.
Whipped the end of his banger off.
Instant Jewish.
Patting him down, his cock just falls out the bottom of his sock.
Just shakes it out.
Oh, you had two knives in this thing. It's still moving.
Oh, fuck. Right, shall we get going on last week's, we finished last week. And we had a subject we were going to attempt, but it'd been like, we've been on for like 2 hours or something.
You know that check-in first.
Nah, let's pick up on last week. Fuck it.
My check-in went very well. I've dropped like 2 kilos this week. I took out the cookies. Everything got tighter. Everything looks better. I won't bother boring you with putting the images up.
Cool story, bro. Mine's just been because I'm only just getting back onto solids.
Yeah. Pete has no teeth, in case anyone wants to know. He's just, those are all veneers he's got in.
Yeah.
I had a thing on my face.
Yeah. It doesn't always look that handsome.
No.
Got punched by Katie. Lost a couple of teeth.
Just tell us, man. If you're getting a beating at home,
Dude,
now's your chance.
Dry socket is no joke. I never get headaches, but fuck me, it was so
I'd rather not.
Also a dry socket. I don't think I missed a single meal or training session.
My teeth are pretty good.
That's
So.
fucking dead anyway, so that shit. Anyway, last week, what were we saying?
My check-in went well. Last week we were talking about coaches. I asked people to send in any horror stories. You need some coaching, Pete. We asked people to send in any horror stories they had with regards to coaching, our own experiences with coaches, any positives, any negatives. Does anyone want to start?
Well, did you have anyone pick in any horror stories?
Just honestly, man, just the normal shit you'd expect to hear. Like lack of contact was a big one. there was a particular person who will remain nameless.
Good.
You know who you are. That brought up quite a prominent coach in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Pete Ganella.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Team LRF.
Oh, this guy.
This guy. Fuck me. I think I used to follow him, and he tends to do bikini people, and he has a couple of men's physique guys. And I genuinely believe deep down this guy is a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
But he's expanded his business that much that he has completely lost a grasp of individual clients. Like, you can't give full focus to fucking 200 clients. You just can't, unless you just weld yourself at your laptop. It's not possible. So, man, so the person in question did a check-in with them, got some feedback, and let's just say that parts of her body that were massively developed and weren't ever going to be an issue,
mm-hmm.
the program was basically, let's train them more versus, let's bring up not even your lagging body parts. Well, let's reduce the volume and training session around this. So it's basically a cookie cutter program that got sent across.
But then that's the issue with a lot of coaches that are, it seems to be a fad now that coaches that were an online coach now have like 5 coaches working for them.
Yeah, it's like, this is my apprentice.
They all seem
like
to hand out
the guy
Matt
Jansen. Matt Jansen uses his wife. So once you come on board as a client, he's like, oh, by the way, I know you've initially paid all the money. My wife will be dealing with some of our interactions rather than myself because I'm so busy. So you sign up for Matt Jansen's wife.
Man, like,
was she a good PT?
Does she care what she's doing?
Yeah. She made all of Dallas McCarver's food, but he died, so I wouldn't count on her. I don't think it was her chicken and rice that killed him.
Yeah. That as someone wwho pays for online coaching, right? It would annoy me.
I think at some stage we all paid for online coaching.
Yeah. I think it would annoy me if I wasn't getting the coach that I paid for.
Oh, imagine how pissed off you'd be.
Yeah. Like you hear some
imagine
stories of people being like that LRF guy, you sign up for him and you're like, right, that's the guy that's going to be doing my coaching. And then week 1, fucking random Bob's like, hey man, here's this workout plan that we all share. You should use this and blah blah blah. I'm like, well, that's that guy, he might be a really good coach for all we know, but that's not who I've paid for.
Yeah, that's not why you signed up. So imagine, because you're coached by Andy Scott. Good lad. Imagine you signed up for Andy's program. He said, just so you know, Regan's going to be doing all your programming and your diet.
More scared of her, so would probably do
Regan's lovely.
Isn't it lovely today?
Yeah, he's like 47 or something.
Yeah, Andy's like younger than me. Andy is younger than me.
Everyone's fucking younger than you. Stones that are younger than you.
Why, Pete? Why the abuse? Oh, look, Pete can't get up. He's stuck. You fucking cripple.
Yeah, I know what point you're trying to make, but it's not.
I'm sure they're a lovely person, but that's not what you signed up for, man.
It's not who I'm paying for.
Hi. Fucking stupid, man.
But then,
the other part of it is the cookie cutter side of things. Like, man, if I was just to send you the food that I use, well, the amounts are nowhere near going to be what the yours are. But then you have intolerances. You have foods you like, you don't like. Now you can say suck it the fuck up, but so many people with gluten intolerances, man. So many people with multiple fucking food intolerances. And you just fire out a cookie cutter diet because this is what I do. Fucking bullshit, man. Pick your coaches wisely.
The whole just suck it up thing, that works for some people. But man, if that's your attitude, you're probably going to burn through a lot of clients because people will be like, everyone when they sign up for the coach is super motivated. They're like, yes, let's do this. So you get 6 weeks in, 8 weeks in of suck it up. You're eating the same boring shit all the time, and it's not food that you would normally eat. After that, you're going to be like, fuck it. And it's at that point you start dropping off, or you go to a different coach or something like that. You have to have some.
But then the communication side is massive. So, man, I've been quite lucky and quite spoiled coach-wise, because I found Andy pretty rapid. But the 2 coaches I'd had previously before that, I'd fired them questions, and I would get one-word answers.
Yeah.
And most of them, generally, it was just like, do what you're told. I'm like, whoa, I'm trying to use an example here. I don't mind chicken, but you've got turkey mince, or fucking plain turkey or some pish like that. And I'd rather use chicken. The difference is barely fuck all. Can I switch to chicken? No. No, because of this, because of that. Just no.
If they gave you if they gave you a solid reason as to why,
you
would probably.
I'd like you to stick to this for this amount of time, and then we can look at adapting things.
Yeah, if they gave you a solid reason, you'd be more like, yeah, okay, fine. But just know you're like.
I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I had a coach once, right? And you could only check in with him at a certain time of day, right? So if I recall correctly, I'm sold. Correctly, it was between, I think, 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
That was your window. At that time.
I work nights. Like, fuck, you're getting me up at 9 a.m. Like, the fucking house would have to be on fire. So this guy was like, this is your window. And I was like, man, everyone has a life, and this is obviously the window he went to. I was like, is there any chance I can check in an hour later with you, and you get back to me when you can? Like, if you get back to me in fucking 3 days, that's fine. But I can't, I'd have to lose 2 hours of sleep just to do a check-in with you. Now, people could be like, you're not hardcore, what the fuck? But I go to my bed at fucking 4 a.m, mate. Do you think it's better that I get the extra couple hours sleep?
But then there's recovery. Like, you grow when you're recovering, so...
And this guy just flat said no. He said, no, this is the time that I check in with people. It's like, well, you're no fucking hardcore. And then they'd preach about on there immediately, I get up so early. You don't work fucking nights, dickhead. You don't work shifts. Imagine you're a nurse, a doctor, something like that. So I was like, you have to check in with me at this time. Dude, can you just do it later in the afternoon and get back to me fucking in a couple of days?
Yeah.
I think the shoot, it goes sort of both ways as well. Obviously, you can sometimes have a nightmare coach, but I mean, we've certainly noticed firsthand, obviously with her being a coach herself, and a very successful one at that, when people obviously listen to her, they get amazing results. And she's obviously, she's built up a client base of that, but it's the people who don't listen or think, because she put on a couple of people that was like,
yeah, I hate people who don't listen when they ask your advice on diet and nutrition. That drives me mad.
So she'll have people reply saying, there's no way that all these calories are good for me. But she'll reply with she's very fast at replying as well. That's one of the things was kind of annoying, is that she was always on her phone talking to clients. But
she just didn't want to speak to you, Pete.
Yeah, your chat's a shite, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed we sit on our phone for quite a lot of the time we're together. Have you ever noticed that? We're at work and that, and I just, all right, Pete.
Yeah.
Like that time when I had a really bad day.
You mind that time?
Yeah, no, it goes both ways. You need to, if you're signing up, you need to commit.
You want me to give you an actual prep horror story of my own?
Yeah.
Would that be interesting? Listeners,
are you going to
comment, like.
Are you going to class me tanning you in the male toilet?
That is a brilliant story. That is not a horror story. Nah. I didn't have tan for a show. I bought some Dream Tan. Douglas here was nice enough to tan all my hard to reach parts. I'll let you guys imagine what that entails.
So we were in the
reach for you.
We were in the toilets of this local fucking hall, basically town hall.
It was a small cubicle. It was a very small
there
cubicle.
was one cubicle in the urinal, and the door to the cubicle's open. I'm patting Rob's arse. Yeah, like I'm literally like this, tapping away at Rob's arse, as some guy walks in, looks at us, and just goes, "All right then," like turns around and leaves again. It's like,
You know why we're here?
yeah,
I
man.
know you
wanna
can't
join
take
in?
a shit.
I've got a brown
You know
man
what?
in
To
here.
be perfectly fair, my tan turned out fucking awesome.
You're fucking welcome.
I tell you
I
what,
need
though,
to.
popular as fuck if you were at the wrong place, eh?
It was in Glasgow, so
on a task with some tan.
In Cheers.
it was in Glasgow, man. So it was in Glasgow. I would just look like every other cunt in Glasgow. It's this permatan, rich mahogany look.
I think you're right. I think I should definitely take up tanning as a career.
I think so. Yeah, give Steph
Steph-
O'Brien
Steph
a
who?
shout. See if she's
Steph, who?
Steph.
Fuck it.
big.
Nah.
We'll give her a shout. See if she'll train you up. You could be the next Team
What
Liquid
do you mean?
Sunrays.
I'll train her. Fuck it.
I wouldn't be worried at all about you tanning my boss. Not anymore.
Nah.
Yeah. I would like to vouch for Douglas Beveridge here, guys. If you need a tan done, hit him up. Get him a wee spray tan.
I will always cradle. Don't worry.
Right. I'll give you it right. So my first ever show, right? So I'm going to touch a bit on the dark side of bodybuilding, steroids. I'm going to touch a bit on peak week and prep. So my first ever show, I went with a guy I trusted, recommended. He was recommended by a lot of people, and he was a seasoned competitor himself. And I had witnessed him getting people into good shape. So my first ever show, first ever time competing, I went with him, and he was also the guy that supplied me with my supplements.
Pharmaceuticals.
So I've always been under the impression that you would use faster acting stuff running into a show. Obviously, there's different ways of doing things, but that's like Bobby Basic 101. So he'd said, "This is what you need to take." I was like, "Okay, no worries." He sent me it. It arrived, and it was not what we had planned or agreed. It was something that I was like, "Wow, I know I hold a ton of water on this. I know it's a slow acting thing, blah, blah, blah." So I was like, "Hey, man, you sent me the wrong stuff, blah, blah, blah." And he'd done this a couple of times, and he went, and he's like, no, that's, I've changed my mind. That's what you need to use. Bullshit. He just sent me the wrong stuff and couldn't be arsed. Yeah.
Fix it. Yep.
Yeah.
What was it?
Pardon?
What was it?
Oh, it's just a different type of testosterone. So I
Send
think
him lots of Viagra.
The plan was test prop, masteron, tren, acetate, if I recall correct. He sent me test enanthe, deca. He basically sent me the wrong order. Which is fine. These things happen, but for him to go, you should crack on. I was like, well, this is a big warning sign here. Yeah. I had the faster acting stuff there, so I was like, right, fuck it, I'm not listening to you daft cunt. Which you should always listen to your coach, but I think in this case I made the right call. So I changed to the faster acting stuff with him. So it got to peak week. He did nothing with my food, nothing, which is fine. I'm off with the Bobby Basic approach coming in. It got to the day before, and he's like, right, what I want you to do is, from 3 hours before you go to your bed, I want you to eat chips, heavily salted. I want you to have a bit of pizza, again heavily salted. And I want you to have like salt and vinegar Pringles, and I don't want you to drink a fucking thing. I was like, okay, no worries. So the day before, I was like, I'm not going to say I was shredded. It was my first show, so I looked okay from the front, looked a bit shite from the back. I weighed about fucking 40 kilos, like built outside of a fiver, first show. Got to show day. Message him in the morning, no reply. And I'm like, man, I look kind of worse than I did before you told me to do this stuff. Mm-hmm. It would have been better if I just turned up the way I was the day before. So a couple hours go by, he hasn't got back to me. A couple more hours go by, he hasn't got back to me. We're driving down to the show. Said, right, see when you arrive, there's a Subway at the venue. What I want you to do is go and get yourself a foot-long Subway. Still no fluids. Go get one of them. All right. Did what he told me. I asked if there's any particular filling I needed. He's like, no, just something really simple. Like, okay, so I went and got a turkey melt fucking Subway. Smashed a lot of it. Looking in the mirror, softer, shyer looking.
Bloated.
It's stuff I hadn't eaten in maybe 16 weeks. I hadn't eaten shit like that at all. This doesn't make any sense. I tried to speak to him at the show and he went, 2 seconds, I'll be back in a minute. And he fucked off. I was like,
man.
What the fuck? So speaking of my training partner name, Alan McKenzie, who also did a fabulous job on my tan at the time. I was like, fuck, what do I do? And he was like, right, well, this is what you've brung. You dehydrated. Let's just pump up and that's your lot. So again, I like a couple hours later, like, right, it's getting fucking close. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like backstage, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, right, eat some, you've got sweets and stuff, have some Haribo, maybe a bit of Lucozade, and start pumping up. I was like, when should I start pumping up? And he's like, in about 10 minutes. Okay, my class wasn't on for another, this is me looking back. Like at the time, I was like, yes, boss, whatever you need. Because my brain was mint. And my class wasn't on for an hour and a half. I was like, okay, no worries. Right.
Yeah, so you got a decent session in beforehand.
I'm soft. You're putting a pile of sugar into me. I'm confused. Okay, fuck it. Do what I'm told. Get backstage, start pumping up. I'm looking worse. Every 10, 20 minutes goes by, I'm looking shit. Shit. First show, I'm heartbroken, devastated. Danny Innes was competing at that show. He won. Mm-hmm. He won the first timers. Looked mad, and he had his coach with him. And his coach was like, "What have you done?" Fuck. Don't ask. So, yeah, man. Yeah. So I went out on stage. They fucked my music up. They also fucked my music up.
Well, that's the whole issue.
Raging, but it went. My routine went well. I was small, skinny, soft,
agile,
and fuck. Should I have asked more questions? Probably. It's show day, man. So my brain was fucking mush. So yeah, absolutely fucked me. Should have turned up show day with, I had veins on my abs and shit the day before. And then
turned up with a handful of rice cakes.
Eat this. More fucking food than I've ever eaten. I hadn't had bread in fucking 3 months. He's like, here, have some fucking pizza, have a Subway. Yeah. Just fucked it, man.
What did you do to him, man?
What did I do to him?
Yeah, you must have done something. You're like,
cried.
No, I have no idea why it went the way it did. I was nothing but, as clients go, I ticked every fucking box, man. Every box. Because I was so fucking keen. It was it's the first time I'm going to be on stage. I was posing every day. I'd practice an actual routine. I didn't come out and just be like, hi, Mom. Yeah. I had a routine. I practiced my posing. I had a fucking great day out, but it didn't go to plan.
There's so many, you see so many people show day eating crap food, like Haribo and
keep it simple,
stuff like that. Well, every time I've seen somebody do that and have that approach, they've ended up soft and watery. Yeah. There has to be some science behind it.
There's
so many coaches are like, this is a great way to do this, but so many times it just swings the other way. And then you see the person.
It's not worth the gamble, man. It's just not worth the gamble.
You see the person next to them that's got slightly more food, but it's the same chicken and rice they were eating, and then maybe a couple of squares of dark chocolate or some jam.
Yeah, keep it fucking simple.
I am in no way, shape, or form a bodybuilder.
No, but you're an authority on the subject.
Fingers crossed next year, but that remains to be seen. But it's even just going to the gym, I've just noticed I don't eat anything special. If I just time my meal perfectly, my chicken and rice, if I time that perfectly, then I have an awesome pump at the gym.
Yeah, it's performance related, man. It's performance related. Your food digests well. Your food's at the same time. You get plenty of time before you train. That's just how it is. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
My last show, Andy was like, right, eat your moderate carb day that we're doing. Eat those exact meals at the usual times you eat them. That was it. There was fucking nothing. No changes. No nothing. It's the best I've ever looked in my life.
But then that was, I was about to say it was simple.
If you're competing, guys, and your coach goes, eat this big bag of Haribo, have these chips, and you're a fucking 60 kilo, 50 kilo fucking bikini competitor, get them in the fucking bin. Fuck them off.
Aye.
They're retards.
The night before, go and have a fucking McDonald's, and it can only be a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah. The only thing you can do is have a double cheeseburger from this burger. Fuck off, mate.
Nah. Nah.
It's in America, man. You're not a 300-pound fucking Ronnie Coleman. It's like, let's fire apple pie filling at this fucking big bastard. He'll just fucking assimilate and be massive and vascular. Like, nobody can fucking do that. All right, let's give it to this fucking 50-kilo bikini chick.
So look at Ronnie Coleman in the morning.
Yeah. Jesus, fuck.
Yeah,
man, that thing is so prevalent, man. I see it all the time. All the time. Bikini women with bodybuilder fucking peak weeks.
Foods.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Dude, it's just such a shame because, like, at the end of the day, like, you're, like, being a client, you'd be that far in that you wouldn't say, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. You'd think, but
your head is also mush.
Yeah, you'd say.
Part of you wants to be like,
eat. I need to fucking eat it.
Part of you is so dedicated. You're like, I need to do what my coach says.
If you know any coaches that are like that, send them my way.
Give me burgers.
Yeah,
I need that.
Here's a sensitive subject for you, right?
I've got one for you, Pete, but I'll tell you off air.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'll go on record. If you are a bikini girl and you're using anabolic steroids, you're a fucking retard. The changes to your body are irreversible. Now, if you are in a larger class and you require more muscle, and like it's a personal decision for everyone, man. If you're in a bikini class, you don't need that. The goal is to look healthy. Not shredded, not peeled. Look, you know where the gym is, but you don't want to look like a fucking animal. It's bikini. If you're using gear and you compete in bikini, you're a muppet. Bigger classes, fair play. Do what you need to do.
Okay,
bikini,
what's your view on the fat loss side of that? So, Clen, T3, the other stuff, I don't know.
For bikini, I'm just saying bikini. For bikini, no, you don't need it. Unless you are a massive fat bastard and you're trying to get ready for a show, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. Get yourself ready to start a prep. Then prep.
Prep before the prep.
Over-the-counter fat burner, yes, go for it. Clen, T3, you were too fat to begin with. Sort that shit out first before you look at the abusing the chemical side of things.
But then
don't do a Pete.
But then people don't want to put the work in.
Man, a lot of people commit to a show and don't realise what it entails. Like you need to be in condition.
Now, speaking as a guy that was fat, it still is. I get annoyed when I don't see instant results. Everyone wants the results now. It's taken me a long time to realise that it's going to take time.
No, I still want results now.
Yeah, everyone does, but like
this is a little bit. By the way, I am natty. We'll say I've only ever taken Clen before, but apart from that,
it's worked well.
Yeah, mate, I'm shredded. Yeah, you'll see on my OnlyFans. I am absolutely shredded, peeled to the bone.
6 foot tall.
6 foot tall, yeah.
6 foot tall, OnlyFans, shreds. The anabolic thing is obviously quite prevalent, man. I don't want everyone to get pissed off and upset. This is just my opinion.
Everyone will always get pissed off at anything.
Do I get pissed off and upset? I don't fucking care. I don't think you should be to achieve a bikini look. I don't think you should be using anabolics. That's my opinion. It's not necessary. Men's physique also, like men's physique.
Mhm.
Fuck, turn up with some shredded abs. Look
And
healthy.
some cool ass board shorts.
Men's physique looks like it's getting bigger, eh?
Oh man, I was at the British a couple of years ago, and the men's physique guys are walking in to sign up, and they weighed 100 plus fucking kilos, man. They were massive.
Hence why it's my class.
It's not a weight
The
requirement.
biceps were huge. So many
Yeah.
biceps.
That's what I'd win.
Oh, here, Doug. Doug, do you want to tell the little Polish man doing the synthol story?
Oh,
Remember
go
that
for it.
guy?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
That was.
I didn't.
Mate, as a guy who hates needles and is natty, that was
That's
terrifying
scary, yeah.
to watch.
So I didn't, man. I'm not. I like to think I am quite seasoned, but I've never seen synthol used before you walk out on stage. I've seen sight injection used. I've never seen.
It wasn't just before you walked out stage. This was like seconds before you were called out. He was getting jabbed.
Yeah.
Like, there was no
and the other thing is, man, it was
buying
like
some synth.
there was this wee stumpy looking Eastern European guy, and he had a bum bag on. Shout out to the bum bag guys. Bum bag on, baggies, rag top. Looked like he was straight out of the late fucking 90s. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Great outfit.
I've watched a lot of Dorian Yates.
So while I'm not even pumping up for that. I'm just backstage, and it's a junior class or something. Polish guy walks up to a wee Polish junior guy. They have a wee chit chat. He says, "Turn around." I assume an Eastern European. Young junior guy turns around. He goes into his bum bag, pulls out a fucking syringe. Bang! Right in the back of his tricep. Boof! Couple of mil into there. Back into his bum bag. Another preloaded fucking pin. He's obviously like going somewhere else, loading the shit up, and then doing the side work. Bang into his other tricep. Like from the back. Back here. I could do with a bit of sight injection back here. Bangs it in.
I was like 6 foot away to that.
The whole fucking dressing room did that. They were all like
open mouth staring in horror as this thing's happening.
So the junior guy, right? That was fine and fucking that was dandy. I never saw him go out on stage. I never saw how it looked under the lights of that. But the guy that was in my class, he was the best example. So my class starts pumping up. I think I spent about half an hour on my beard and then did a bit of pump.
Yes, I remember that.
Bum bag man shuffles back into the dressing rooms again. Goes up to the stumpy Polish guy in the novice class. Little Polish guy. This is great for radio, by the way. If you're listening to this on Spotify, the chat,
he does the hand
Eastern European
signals.
chat. Like, this is no offense to Eastern European. I've got lots of Polish friends. They're all ace. This guy, though, sneaky fucker. Polish guy, turn around, exact same pattern, preloaded syringe, bangs him in the back of the tricep. Pete, could you just show the viewers where a tricep is, real quick?
Happily.
Sausages. Yep. So
where?
Bangs it in.
Point to it.
Shut up, bye. You ain't got one.
Bangs it at the rear head of his tricep.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Smashes it in. Now, it's like, so obviously the guy was in his posing trunks. And you know what? The right arm looked good, looked big and full. Pissed off and angry big tricep. His left arm didn't quite work the same. Pissed off, angry, but seeping. It was seeping a little bit. It was horrible.
Look at the left. I don't think my left is. Yeah, my left is just shit.
Yeah, but you don't put synthol in your arms, you dick.
I don't put synthol in anything, mate.
I hope so.
Tattoo though.
Here's a tour of Pete's tattoos. So the chap bangs him in both triceps. One tricep looks like it's worked well. Meanwhile, me and Doug are like, what's really going on? This guy's in my fucking class and I'm watching him do this. His other arm is seeping. Like it's pissing out of his arm.
Like, I don't like bodybuilding anymore, Rob. This is scary.
We're like, what the fuck have I fucking got myself into? So this chap is
powerlifting.
Yep. Fear.
I don't wanna.
I'm not doing this. So this guy is in front of me in the queue at side of stage. Fuck. And I'm watching.
You're licking the synthol off his tricep.
I'm watching it just spit out of the back of his arm.
Just put a
So I was
stop.
like, right. So my understanding is that people will be marked down for this type of stuff.
Apparently not.
So this guy walked out on stage. We're doing our quarter turns. He's right in front of me, and I'm watching it seep out of his left tricep to the point where it's dripping onto the floor. There's oil dripping onto the floor. It's not like spurting out or anything, just seeping down and going plop, plop, plop.
You think his
Now,
gains were loyal or oil?
Fuck. The left arm looked horrible. Like, it looked horrible.
Yeah.
It was like inflamed, disgusting. Right
It
arm, he
was-
got bang
it
on
was-
the money.
Yeah. Left looked
Left
like it was
arm.
infected. Like,
Yeah,
it was that
left
kind
arm
of
is
that kind
seeping
of flare.
seeping onto the fucking floor, right in front of my eyes, man. And the person that's I don't know what you call them, the helper that's basically putting it your points, they've clocked it and like rubbed it with their foot, and I've seen his arm, and they've moved him, and I've taken us all offside the stage, and he's gone, oh fuck, and he's asked them for fucking like a tea towel or something. He's wiping his arm down. So that's like the 2 or 3 people that were fucking backstage, the person who's directing people, have seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's seeping out of his arm. So I'm guessing it's not the first time they've seen that, maybe. And the fucker goes out, does his routine, watching routine from his side, like, oh, look, there's another bit of fucking synthol pissing out of his arm. Then another bit of synthol. Fucker beat me. Fucker beat me. Little bastard. Anyway, he was a hobbit. Fuck him. 5'4". But yeah, synthol and bodybuilding. Scary shit, man.
Well,
Not for me.
it was a bad day. It wasn't the result we wanted, but the burger is all I can
Man,
think about.
I am in no way disappointed in the result. I picked the biggest show I could get my hands on. I didn't want to compete in, do the UK BFF and be the only guy on stage because I'm a tall cunt. I was like, no, let's find the biggest competition I can around the time when I'll be in condition. And we travelled 4 billion miles to go. And I had a fucking awesome day. Biggest I've ever been, leanest I've ever been. Routine went well. Only fucked up one pose, I think. Sorry, Greg.
I got
yeah.
to nap. It was good.
Belter of a day. And then we had the second best burger, actually, of my life.
Nah, best for me still, hands down.
Second best burger I've ever eaten.
I've had 2. I think some of the best burgers I've ever had have been in Aberdeen, and like the tossing between the 2. Now, probably my number 1 for a while was the Bridge Street Social Club Boss Hog Burger, and the one
I remember that. Yeah.
I had the beef, and then it had applesauce and a pulled barbecue pork, and it was a brioche bun. Beautiful, so simple yet so effective. My second favorite burger was one that was like a special on at Triple Kirk's. It was called the Angry Bird. And it was basically it was a really nicely cooked chicken burger with like a couple of trimmings on the top of it. And I was eating it. It was quite spicy, and then there was hot sauce on the table. So I was like tomato, barbecue, and hot sauce. I'm just thinking to myself, oh, it can't be that hot. I mean, it'll be spicy, but I'm thinking it's like a medium Nando's. Poured a bit on my burger, and I took a bite out of it, and like 5 minutes later, I'm like pissing a sweat, I'm crying, I'm fucking nose is streaming. I'm like, I can't fucking handle this. So I go up to the bar, I got a glass of milk, so I just couldn't fucking stand the heat of it. But I was like, I'm gonna finish this burger. It's really nice. So I'm gonna have a glass of milk, let it calm down, and then go back to it. But whilst I was at the bar, my mate thought it'd be fucking hilarious and empty the rest of the bottle on my fucking burger.
You need some new friends.
And I only had like 2 or 3 bites, and I'm like, I'm not throwing it away. It's a full meal here. So I was like,
I like how I've managed to turn this from someone getting stabbed by synthol to Pete's burger experiences.
Yeah, this is important consumer knowledge, though. Where can you get the best burger in Aberdeen?
I'm going to eat it as quick as I fucking can. It's a really nice burger.
And you're putting that on one of your best burgers list. That sounds like fucking PTSD to me.
The original taste of it was really, really nice. And it was really well cooked.
But your friend fucked it for you.
Well, he did, but I think a message to Triple Kirks would be, if you put hot sauce on the table, make sure it says very hot sauce, or just put like Nando's medium on it. It was
Do you know? I think that comes down to your responsibility. Maybe taste the sauce first.
Like, I'd like to see other people's opinions. If you go in a restaurant and it says tomato, barbecue, and hot sauce. You're not going to think it's that hot.
I think you should try it first, though, because it is implied in the name, hot sauce. And it was hot.
I'm going to fucking dip my finger in it.
It's like going to McDonald's and getting a coffee and not going, fuck, it's burnt my fucking lip. Like, of course it is. It's a fucking hot coffee, you dick.
Like, we go to McDonald's for a coffee anyway, unless it was worst case scenario.
We've been to coffee. Their coffee's a lot better than it used to be, man.
Oh.
There you go. What's your favourite coffee place in Aberdeen, guys? Scotland. Fuck it. Where'd you go for coffee, Pete?
Is this besides getting one made on the door for this?
Yeah, big shout to Mihal.
Mihal, Alex McKee.
You dirty immigrant. You make a fucking banging cup of coffee.
Wait, you can't say that anymore. We're internet celebs.
It's just fuck it. Rob's
It's a private joke between
now.
me and him. He calls me a nasty name. I call him a dirty immigrant.
Let's move on quickly. But Alex McKee also does one of the best coffees.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Gemma does a good coffee.
Yeah, but rare. I'm going to go ahead and say it goes Mihal, McKee.
Right, nobody cares. Where's your best coffee?
Yeah, where'd you go for what's your favourite coffee, Pete?
Not Rev. Don't say Rev.
I suppose we're just...
No, if it is Rev, say it.
No, Rev, like, if we ever get, like, if Alex or Mihal ever makes a coffee for us, it's the best coffee we can have on ship.
I'm serious too, Doug. Like, if Mihal makes me a coffee and you put a Starbucks next to it, I'd pick Mihal's coffee. That's the truth.
Right, so if you were going out for a coffee, if you were going to go and get coffee...
Oh no, who goes to their fucking work for a coffee? That's just weird. That's just weird. Where would I go? I go to Books and Beans.
Ooh.
Yeah. For the free...
Because I've been abusing their free Wi-Fi for the past 7 years. So I think it's time to pay my dues. I'll buy a coffee and a sandwich from Books and Beans. On Belmont Street, guys, support your local businesses.
Yeah. Coffee House is good, though. I like Coffee House.
Yeah, but they're always got weird jazz playing and it does my tits in.
But you see, it's not weird jazz. It's actually really good jazz. And it's
I'm just saying. Oh, yeah.
So you'll like, I'll mosey on in when we're getting the coffees in. I'll have a little look around, and it'll be like
Peter's a wee boogie.
We 4 old guys. One dude's on a bass, just like giving the old cool thing, or somebody's on like
chicka wow wow.
a double bass, and you got some guy in a sax, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'd fucking love to work here. Like,
hey, I can make that happen, Pete.
Yeah,
the
shift's going.
Yeah, if you want to be the coffee house doorman, just say the word.
Up at the bar, you just be like hand on the bar, and just just a little. Do that the whole night. It's actually it's so good.
Doug, what about you? What's your opinions on coffee?
I fucking hate it.
What?
Going to the loo, guys. Going to the loo.
Oh, I take the headphones off this time, thankfully. Can't hear him pissing. Yeah, coffee's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I don't get that. So you don't have any pre-workout, and the only caffeine you get is Monster.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to.
Coffee's just really bitter and horrible.
You need to expand your palate.
Coffee's bitter and horrible.
It's not. A good coffee is not bitter.
Trust, I lived with Watsy for 2 years. That guy drank like 12 coffees a day.
Yeah.
And he failed to get me to drink coffee.
Well, he is about 18 feet tall, though, so he needs a lot of caffeine to fuel.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Got to power that wing.
Yeah.
How's the pup doing? Seems to be walking around.
Yeah, it's a shame. I just don't really know what's wrong with him. He's sitting here and he's moaning, so there's obviously someone up with him. Prince! Prince! Come here! Come here!
What are you saying, dickheads?
That you pissed into that bottle and brought it back for us.
Yeah, talking about the dog.
Are we bottle of frothy piss?
Yep. Sterile. I like the taste.
Yeah, Doug doesn't like coffee in case he poos himself.
Right, that just
Right,
tastes
do you want me to go? You want to go with a couple of the questions I got?
Yeah, man.
Right. Favorite movie? They're all very generic this week. Favorite movie?
Ready Player One.
Pick one. Ready Player One. Favorite movie of all? That's a fucking great film. It is a great film. I do love it. Lots of Easter eggs. Lots of.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything.
yeah, you have to pay attention. There's loads of references to other movies and gaming, and yeah. If you're a gaming dork or a movie dork, Ready Player One, fucking belter.
Fucking fantastic, absolutely fantastic film.
Yeah. One of my favorite. I've never really had like a favorite film.
Phantom of the Menace.
But a movie I do very much.
Don't say Phantom Menace. Don't say Phantom Menace. It's a terrible film.
American Psycho.
Oh, that's a great film. Christian Bale, Patrick Bateman. That's a fucking great movie.
Best bit, man. It's a really good film. Really.
What's it he says again? You're not getting your reservations at Dorsia now, you little fuck. And then starts hitting him with the axe. Oh, it's fucking class. Is that a raincoat, Paul? Yes, Alan, it is. I start fucking hacking him up to Huey Lewis in the news. It's yet to be square.
I just love like almost every Christian Bale movie there is an awesome film.
I'm not sure he's ever made a bad one, man. He's fucking class.
Like
the Dark Knight series.
Should never have made another Batman. Should have ended it at the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight trilogy is fucking phenomenal.
Ben Affleck, you're a fucking wank.
You see that they're getting that Twilight fucker to do them next.
Oh, what have you done?
This is gonna really sound like shit, especially for us.
You say he's gonna be good. You're off the fucking podcast, man.
No. Worse. He's refused to go to the gym to bulk up.
Yeah. He's not getting in shape for it.
Fuck him.
To be fair, they could just CGI that shit now anyway. Just, we're gonna give you a fucking padded suit, mate.
Yeah, but fucking, they made fucking, what's his name? Henry Cavill. They made him look like he had a stroke when they tried to CGI his Tasha.
That was good, yeah. Do you bleed? Oh, it's fucking horrific, man.
That was bad. So bad.
Yeah, they're just CJ some pecs on him or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bet Christian Bale's pissing his pants. Wait a minute, you fucked it with Ben Affleck, and now you're gonna throw this fucking fanny at it. Brilliant. Just really pissing his pants.
Things like everyone tried to sort of defend fucking Ben Affleck when he was going on, because everyone was like, "Oh, this guy played the Joker again." Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna be fucking shit. He's gonna be hopeless at it."
Oh, Jared Leto or whatever his name is.
No.
Jared Leto was a bit shite.
No, Jared Leto was shite. Fucking
Heath Ledger.
Jack and Phoenix.
Heath Ledger had probably the performance of his fucking life on that.
Honest to God, best Joker hands down.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think if you're going best Joker, I'm really bad with names today.
Jack
Joaquin
Nicholson.
Phoenix.
No, Jack Nicholson. I'd say Jack Nicholson was number 3, and at number 2. No, honestly, at number 2 you got Heath Ledger, but number 1 you've got
Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
Adam West?
No, he played Luke Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
he was the cartoon Joker.
Yeah.
He was good at the cartoon Joker.
I think
I'm going to be controversial here and go Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. The rest of them are shit.
I think Joaquin Phoenix did a good job.
It was a very
Go watch it again and watch Jack Nicholson's performance. He sounded like a mafia Joker. And that's what I always thought the Joker was from the cartoons.
Yeah.
Like, it really confused me, that boy Phoenix. I can never pronounce his first name. But the boy
Jack and Phoenix.
Joaquin. He played like a really, like, it was a good film, but it was just a really confusing film because, like, sometimes he'd be like really, like, almost like childish and like.
I thought it was a good movie. You could have sprinkled any superhero on that, or superhero, or supervillain, and it would have been fine.
Total bad.
Like if you'd said he turned into fucking, I don't know, Magneto, like you'd be like, oh yeah, fair enough. He's lost his marbles. He's got some special powers. He kills people. Where's Pete going now? I mean, he just fucking disappears. My favorite film.
Yeah.
My favorite movie of all time. And
Titanic reminds you of the good old days.
The greatest movie ever made in the history. Predator.
Fucking knew it.
Fucking Predator. How fucking good is Predator? Doesn't get any better. You have like 8 of the fucking hardest fuckers on the planet with fucking machine guns trying to kill the hardest thing in the fucking universe. Fuck Sigourney Weaver and aliens. I love that. But you're not Arnie. No fucking way.
Great
How
film.
fucking good is that film?
It is a fucking fantastic film.
Yeah, Pete, nobody cares. You're 14.
What?
Ah,
Yeah, Big
Yeah.
Arnie taking on the Predator. Fucking best movie ever made. Because the guy that directed it, if I recall correctly, hadn't done an action movie before when he made it. He convinced them to like let him do this movie by lying to them and saying, "Yeah, I love action, I love cars, and love guns." He was like a horror movie guy and a suspense movie guy. So the first like hour, you don't see the Predator. You see like a blur here. You see his vision. So it
But
builds
that's
this massive
good,
suspense. And then there's the fucking opening scene, fucking soundtrack. Oh, just different class, man.
right. Worst Arnie film.
Oh, wow.
Because to me, they're all fucking amazing. Some of them because they're shit.
Yeah. There's a couple that are like absolutely terrible.
Like Kindergarten Cop it's a crap film. But
Because
it's
of the
amazing because Arnie's in it.
Because of the quotes. There was one called, what was it called? It's called like The Sixth Day or something like that. It's something to do with fucking cloning. It was fucking shit. It was so shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you watched any of his newer films he's brought out since he's become an old age pensioner.
What was the one with they were in like the Mexican border and he was defending
Last Stand. With Johnny
Terrible
Knoxville in it.
film. Terrible
Fucking
film.
awful film.
Hilarious
It's fun.
because Arnie's in it.
The Arnie bits are funny. The one-liners are funny. But yeah,
Mhm.
Predator. Nailing the guy at the wall in Predator and going, stick around. Priceless. Cinematic genius.
Expendables. 3 terrible films, but fantastic.
Arnie's worst film was fucking, like, was it Turbo? I think it was called Turbo.
Oh, the last. No, it's not Last Action Hero. The one where he has to get the toys.
Jingle
for his
all the
kids.
way.
Jingle all the way. Worst film.
It's turbo time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man.
That's the best Christmas movie ever.
It's not. Die Hard's the best Christmas film ever.
Elf.
Wow, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
Elf.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Jingle all the way.
No. Jingle
No?
all the way. Not a good film.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
The
Jingle.
only good thing about that film was when he's like, put that cookie down!
That makes it an awesome movie. Right. Next question. So, Pete, what was your favorite movie again? American Psycho. That's decent.
Go from
Ready Player One.
or Roadhouse.
Predator.
Wow.
Oh,
The film
Be
of our
nice.
people.
Be nice until it's time not to be nice.
yeah.
Favorite line from Roadhouse. Go.
That's probably it. Be nice. Until it's
What else could you? You could always try Barber College.
You want to fight, Dickless? I sure as hell ain't gonna show you my dick.
Hey, you be my regular Tuesday night thing, baby.
I was on my break. All right, let's not just like this fucking thing all day. Right, what has been your best training sessions ever? Best training session. Also in brackets, training partners, question mark. So
Does that mean best training partner?
big shout out to Phil Wright for sending that question in. Thank you very much, mate.
Best session.
Best training session you've ever had.
Let's go.
Do you want
deep.
me to start? Do you want me to
Let's go
start?
deep in. Now I'll go. I've got one. Let's go deep and
Okay.
emotional.
Okay.
Day one.
Okay.
Our first ever session. Back when it
Oh,
started.
me and you. All
Like-
right. Okay.
Leg day 2015.
Yeah, because I said like, if you want to train me, you have to turn up to leg day.
Yep. And I did.
I had to go through that process as well, actually.
Everyone does. If anyone's daft enough or wants my help, that's usually my first port of call. Okay, I've got legs tomorrow. Oh well, right, fuck off. You survive that, you can do that, then yeah, we can talk.
Yeah, I've certainly had a lot of good leg sessions with it, but I don't know if my In fact, Doug, do you want to go first? I think I know mine, but Doug, you go first.
I just gave you mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, tell us about it. Tell us about it, you boring bastard. How did it go? How did you feel? Was it everything you hoped it was?
It was the single worst training experience of my life. I was fucked. I was broken. I was probably close to crying. I wore too many layers, and I was sweating at my fucking arse. And there is a photo of me somewhere dying, leaning on a cross trainer at the end of the session.
I can probably make that happen if someone wants to see that photo.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see that photo, comment below, and I'll pop up next week.
That is probably my best.
I've got a video of you on the leg press somewhere, screaming like "No more, no more, no more," and try to rack it, and I won't let you rack it.
Yeah.
My favorite session is probably a toss-up between 3. But
fuck, Jesus.
I remember not last year, but the year before. I think it was the year before.
I know what you did last summer.
So basically, my goals for the end of last year was I wanted to press the 50s, and I'd done that in the last session. And I think I also wanted to pull 200 off the floor, and I also did that like 2 sessions before as well. So they were amazing training sessions for me because like I feel like I'd achieved my goal for the year, even though it was the last minute. But I think my favorite or the best session I had, where I took like so much fucking advice and I'd PB'd on basically everything because I'd basically listened for the last few months, was I did a leg session with you, Rob, at Warehouse.
Uh-huh.
And it was where I PB'd on my squat for like the first time ever.
Yeah.
So I did like, what was it, 165 or something on my squat? Something like that. But then we were doing like bent over rows as well. Or no, we do straight leg deadlifts, and I was doing that before.
Bent over rows on leg day?
No, we do straight leg deadlifts.
Shake up it.
Straight leg deadlifts after we're squatting. And I was like moving 160 so easy.
Yeah.
And it just like, you know, with the strength I had back then, and also
everything clicked, I think, on that day for you.
Yeah, everything just sort of worked that day.
You were no longer a beginner.
No, I think.
Well, can we reiterate what he said though? He listened.
Yeah, that's a massive point, guys. Listen to the old guy.
The thing is though, like, see, when I do listen to people giving me advice or something,
it normally works out.
Tends to work.
Yeah.
Like when I PB my bench, Kyle was there. Not Kyle. Kieran Leith was there. And he spotted me in the first like attempt. So I try to press 140, got out like halfway. I'm like, nah, fuck this. And he basically came over and said, mate, you need to use your legs. I'm like, that just sounds so fucking shit.
Pete doesn't use his legs.
I don't need legs. I'm all torso, mate. So he's like, yeah, so just plant your feet and like just push. Push as if you can push from like your quads and just like keep everything tight. So I pull my fucking feet right in, push my quads, and basically bounce 140 off my chest. And that was a fucking really good feeling actually as well.
See, my set, like if I'm thinking about my favorite training sessions, I couldn't even tell you the numbers I was moving. Not a fucking clue.
But then that if your favorite training session, is that going to be number based or was like?
Yeah, it's not like I squatted 260.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I squatted 260 with you, and it was a great feeling, but it wasn't my best training session. It was a terrible training session. After I squatted 260, I was like, I kind of want to go home now. I've done my job for today. There was no motivation there. I was like, this is amazing. I squatted this weight. This is nuts. My best training session ever. There was fucking 30 of them with Greg Taylor. In Bodyworks, RIP. I spent quite a lot of time on the floor in that gym, you know, grabbing onto pieces of kit. But my favorite session ever was the first time I trained legs with Andy, and at the time it wasn't my favorite because I died. I made noises no human being should ever make in a gym environment. But I was pretty determined to try and not disappoint Andy and give it everything I got. So We started off with stuff like barbell squats and stuff, and he just kept adding
Or wait.
a plate. And I kept going up. It was fucking torture, absolute torture. Then there was a leg press. I vaguely remember, and it was like plate, reps, post failure, more failure, drop. Because he basically said, "How are your leg sessions going?" Because I needed to bring them up, and I was like, "Oh, they're going great." They weren't going great. He was like, "Right, if you can come and have a session with me, I want to show you the level you need to be operating at."
Yeah.
Now, I thought I trained hard. I was not training hard. Killed me. I believe the leg extension set was 180 repetitions.
Nope. No,
on
thank
leg
you.
extension. Yeah. I died that day. Fucking died.
Cardio, man.
I lay on the floor for like an hour, unable to fucking move. He ruined me. Absolutely ruined me. But the reason it's my favorite session is since that point, I've never trained legs the same. I'd never trained them half-assed. Leg extension has been like leg day has been like a rite of passage for me since then. Like if you can't come in and operate at this level, don't waste my fucking time. Like that's how it needs to be. And then I remember I pursued strength rather than bodybuilding for a while. And then Greg got a hold of me and it was like, right, we need to make your quads bigger, mate. So this is going to suck. And then the process started again. 180 reps on leg extension for like exercise 1. Yeah. So between Greg's leg days, Andy's leg days, I'm sure those two will think, my one's worse, but they were both pretty horrific.
Imagine the two of them together. I think someone would die.
I think that's going to happen. I think they were discussing.
I hope it does.
They were discussing doing a Dora and Yates style leg day training video together. Man, I'd like to be there just to watch it. I wouldn't even train. I just fucking waddle about going, load the magazines, one for the mass. I'll just be that guy. I'll get a bum bag, a rag top, and I'll just be Leroy Davis. I'll just walk about shouting that. If that's going to happen, I'd like to come and be their fluffer or something. I'll cheer them on. I'll hold the camera.
I just want to witness it.
Yeah. I think they could sell tickets for that shit. Who'd your money be on? Who'd you put your money on? Who's winning that? Who's coming out on top? Greg Taylor, Andy Scott.
I'm only going to say
Leg
Andy
day.
because I want to sign on with him as soon as all this shit's over.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right.
Go on, Andy.
Now they both call say there's I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say something stupid like 8 exercises they're doing, and they get to 4 each. So they both get to call the shots, 4 exercises each. Who's winning?
I think Greg, because I think he's more stubborn.
To be fair, Greg does have insane legs.
I think he's slightly more unhinged.
I've seen Andy train like a fucking psychopath too, man. It's hard. It's hard to call. I think it depends on the movements. So things like back squat, Andy Scott.
Yes.
Front squat, Greg Taylor.
Greg Taylor.
Leg extension, Greg Taylor. Hamstring curl, Andy Scott. Stiff leg deadlift,
Andy.
I don't know, man. Greg's really explosive.
I've seen Greg do fucking 220 easily, like.
Yeah. Then what you got? You got like a leg press. Let's go leg press. Who's winning leg press?
What kind though? Quad based or hamstring based? Because the general theme is already that Andy will probably survive better with a hamstring based workout, and Greg would definitely thrive better with a quad based workout.
Well, I think, yeah. Oh man, it'd be difficult, but I'd like to see it. I think it would be a draw. I think it'd be I'll get a bitch out and say 4 exercises each. I think anything hamstring based.
Well, if it happens, I'm happy to be the bookie, and we can start placing bets.
It'd be an interesting game of horse.
So yeah, best training
until
sessions.
someone pings something because they're both too stubborn.
Right. Okay. I just wrote all the questions down as they came in. How is your beard?
How is your beard? Fuck you coming at me like that for?
How is your beard?
Oh, hold on.
That comes
Homeless.
from someone who has a beard product company who I will not mention. As I am affiliated with another beard company.
Is it that one?
No,
Oh, it's not
it's
that one.
another one. How
Wait,
is your
wait.
beard? I think they were just wanting a shout or something. I don't know.
Let me go over what I've got.
You've got a homeless looking beard, man.
Yeah.
Right, so Rob Hay was clearly busy, so we'll have to rattle through his quite quick. He's sent me 4.
Oh, fuck, go.
The first one is, are you born gay or do you become gay?
Oh, wow, controversial. I think different scenarios, man. I think you're probably born gay, eh? Like, from the gay people that I'm aware of, I think they've always known.
Let's get a,
Mhm.
let's get a gay person on.
Doug!
Also, so
Well.
the question was, can you go back and forward in time?
If
No.
you have a DeLorean, yeah, maybe, yeah.
No.
This is
Science
how
says no.
This is also
Science says no, so Doug says no.
He also said,
Well, if you go back in time, that past is then your future, so you can't. You would have to go. Yeah, aye. Believe it or not, Avengers Endgame actually explained it quite well.
Yeah. So don't pay attention to Hot Tub Time Machine, Time Cop, easy.
Nah, it's all balls.
he also asked, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Because you have eggs first thing in the morning, then you have chicken.
Oh, dad jokes. Love it.
And then he just
Man, my dad's patter's way better than that. That was awful, Pete. That was
Then we
fucking
have our
awful
good
patter.
friend Cammy Duncan. I suppose this is quite.
Why is Pete so gay?
No, it's a bit of a controversial subject, but he said opinion on the riots: is the looting and burning of buildings justified? So the whole shit that's going on in America. Now,
I think it almost arms the white racist folk. It gives Trump a reason to be a bellend.
the thing is, like, I am not one, like, I love politics. It's not something I go bragging about, but I really enjoy, like, listening to politics and stuff like that. But what is going on in America cannot be justified in the slightest way. So you've got, like, I completely understand why people are pissed off. It's completely understandable.
Pissed off.
But
Bit more than pissed off, I think.
it's getting to the point.
There's rioting. They passed pissed off a while ago.
To the point, literally looting, like, regular people's businesses.
Yeah, stealing a pair of trainers ain't going to bring the guy back.
Yeah, like,
You're just
Nah.
you're just arming fucking Donald Trump and all these white supremacists.
I seen someone share earlier on, like, people are looting a fucking skateboarding shop. Like, what's the fucking point?
Sure, that's a white people sport, isn't it? Skateboarding only.
So I mean, if they were,
Can't say
Attacking
that,
all the
eh?
golf shops.
Yeah.
it's like they're giving people a fucking excuse to, like, oh, fuck the police. Like, we don't like you, police, and then they go fucking burn buildings. It's like,
But here's a thing. Like, I agree with you, Pete. I completely agree. But what other outlet is there that will get this noticed on a worldwide scale? If they start setting fire to fucking the Quickie Mart, people will soon fucking realize what's going on.
Yeah.
If a black guy dies and they
but like
protest it,
But
fuck
like
cares?
Pete says, the government is now more inclined just to push back.
yeah. So, like, I'm not Trump's biggest fan, but he's fucking called in the National Guard. But you
fucking entertaining though.
fucking have to.
But then by calling
It's
in
like
the
Jeremy
National
Kyle on a
Guard,
big scale.
by calling in the National Guard, then that then highlights how serious this is.
But it also fuels the fire. The people that are rioting see that this is
the
coming
National
in.
Rifle Association will be like,
It's
fucking
fucking
go
go
time.
time, lads.
yeah.
Like, yeah, as soon
You see the picture of the guy, and he's got the "Make America White Again" hat.
Oh, Christ.
So the guy that's kneeling on his neck. Someone
Dude,
shared a picture of him at like an NRA rally with a hat on that said "Make America White Again."
I honestly thought the fuck we were over this shit. Like,
Did someone
Man.
put someone put all his complaints online? It could be bullshit. It could be. The internet is a dangerous place. But it was like, shot an unarmed black man in 2014. No charges brought. shot an unarmed black man in 2011. No charges brought. Please complain. Please complain. Please complain.
Right, man.
He's an evil man hiding in fucking plain sight.
What confuses me about this whole subject, right, is 200 years ago, 300 years ago when America was founded.
Happy birthday, Rob!
Yes. That was
I'm
a
just
big
getting
issue.
there for you, dude. Yeah.
That was a huge issue, right? Now, I'm not taking anything away from the black people. Their people have been suppressed.
You better not take it away from the black people. They'll riot.
Oh, that's true.
They'll go steal some Jordans.
In the modern day,
Watch what you're saying.
300 years later, how many of them or their mums or their dads have actually been slaves? Now, obviously, the Deep South is a different entity altogether because they play by no fucking rules.
How good is Django, though?
filmed in modern day Louisiana.
So,
Great film.
To be honest, I think we should move on in case Rob gets us taken off air there.
What?
Or your dog.
Yeah, fuck, take me off air. I'm gonna fucking riot. I agree with you, Pete. I do agree, but I think by doing this, they've forced the hand of the government.
Yeah, but
So,
now that the guy's been prosecuted, they're still carrying on.
you've got to think that the businesses. So every
that's
small
mob
business in the
mentality.
world, just now is fucked. So you're going into this poor cunt skateboard store, stealing the inventory he's got left. Like, you're fucking everyone's life up.
And the ironic thing about that is it's going to be the big companies that you have to go to, which are 99.9% run and owned by white people. So you've effectively shot yourself in the foot by saying we hate white people, but then they're the only people that can supply you with your needs.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what's happening here. So Asda and Tesco trading away fine. The wee guy with the shop on the corner around the corner for me isn't allowed to open yet.
Yeah.
How shite is that?
Stupid, man.
Shall we bring another controversial subject in? What do you think about
More?
gyms reopening? Should gyms be open now?
Right. My view on this, gyms should most definitely open, not just now, but certainly before bars and restaurants.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd agree.
There is so much more control.
Amy made a point about this as well, but if you put it into perspective, us three know more than anyone, at certain times, you cannot control a bar.
No.
It can get fucking loose like that.
Yeah.
And us three are caught up, fucking tangling up with some folk. And it just there's no way of controlling it. Now, if, for instance, if fucking Bojo says, oh, bars are open today. Tomorrow,
fucking chaos.
Right? Tomorrow, you're going to have a fucking queue going to the end of Belmont Street for everyone trying to fucking pile in red. Now, it'll be a case of, oh, you're only allowed 100 people in at one time, but it's 2,000 fucking people crammed in a queue, fucking right outside.
Yeah. And
did you marshal that?
And take Mayday as an example, right? People queuing to get into a pub will not give a flying fuck about a 2-meter rule.
No chance. No fucking chance.
It'll be like a fucking rammy to get to the front door.
It is what it is, man. People would be under the influence of booze already. People would be under the influence of drugs. You tell them to stand 2 meters away. You would need an army of doormen to open one venue.
And then that's just more people crowded in the one space. Plus, do you think that the typical fucking Fiat 500 driver that fucking...
The great motor. What are you on about?
That's a fucking NUA artist.
That's far more masculine than what you drive, to be fair, mate.
You think one of them that fucking buys coke or fucking ket that's been shoved up somebody's arsehole across seas that buys it for 80 quid to go and be that fucking bothered about a little bit of a cough to them?
Yeah.
Well, there's the other side where they're the other point where they're like, well, we're going to limit to 2 or 3 drinks per people. How do you control that when some guy who's not been out off his tits has spent 200 quid on coke and is then fucking rattling anyway?
It's going to be absolute chaos.
Like, so
it's
I heard.
It's
I
gonna
heard
be
someone on the
fucking messy.
radio. Someone had put together a proposal, and it was on the radio. And fair play to the woman on Original FM. I can't remember your fucking name, but she was like, "I used to work in a bar, and I'm telling you right now, that wouldn't fucking work." And they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna give people a band, and they're gonna get 3 drinks. So you can only have 3 drinks, right? What do you do at the end of that 3 drinks?" She's like, how can we marshal them getting drinks from other people? Do you then have to throw that person out, or they then are allowed to stay in the bar?
But then the bar's not
Not
making
drink?
any money because they've had
The bar's not making
3
any
drinks.
fucking. She just kept rattling off all these bikes. Like, this is the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So I have no idea how they're going to marshal that, man.
So basically,
To answer the question, gyms should be open first because it's so much easier to maintain some kind of order with a bunch of sober people that just want to train.
yeah.
How would they go about it though? How would you like? Let's take a shite example, right? Let's go with a generic gym and let's go pure gym.
Yeah.
How would you limit it? Would you limit it at the door?
Like take a lead or take a note out of fucking Warehouse's book. So they did it. I think they did it properly. Like before this whole like the whole lockdown thing, I think they did it really well. When they not give someone like they gave people like 45-minute like block.
An hour. You got an hour slot.
Plus an extra 15 minutes for like cleanup time or something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
You know then. So fair enough. Like you won't make any money having one person in at one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've got enough studios to maybe split it up so that you can move different equipment into different studios.
Yeah, they're in quite a handy position almost. They've got a huge building with multiple rooms.
So I mean, even though it's gonna take a fuckload of work to get everything organized. Like same with the golf. I tried to book golf the other day, or my pals tried to book golf. We can't get through on the phone, man, because it's just off the fucking hook.
Yeah.
So like, if you marshal, like that's the main thing that can be sorted is you can actually marshal a fucking gym. Whereas if it comes to like pure gym,
if pure gym were to limit their door at the front door, and just said once 20 people are in the building, it's closed.
Yeah.
And then it's down to staff inside to be like, stay away.
Yeah.
Well, pure gym is actually perfectly set up for it because it's all electronic. It's all controlled from one central board. They know exactly how many people are in at each time because you've got to check in and check out.
I don't know how our smaller gym's going to cope. So, likes of results is quite a lot of equipment in a small space.
Well, I think it'd be easier. Like, even though it is easy enough for like pure gym to limit the amount of people on the door, it's going to be an absolute bastard. If you fucking train at pure gym, then you might have to wait a fucking hour before you get in. And if anyone's like a serious like bodybuilder or whatever they do, they obviously plan out their day around whenever they go to the gym.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Pete. If anyone's a serious bodybuilder, they already have a setup. Sure. I mean, they've already got their shit sorted. If you're serious, you have weights at home, man.
What I'm saying is, I think it'd be far easier for gyms like Results or Warehouse and stuff like that to obviously limit like the amount of people in, and you can say that.
I don't know.
Take
Results for example, right?
Yeah.
Every single, not every single. 80% of the people at Results are serious about training.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if you tell them they're partially opening the gym back up, like you've seen the gym at 5 o'clock on a weekday, it's fucking rammed. If you tell half of those people, a third of those people that they can't come in, that's just going to piss people off at that point.
No, but what I'm saying,
how do you control that? Because they've got less chance of controlling it. Unless Lewis stands at the door.
Yeah, that's going to swing in Pure Gym's favor, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Pure Gym's a bigger gym, so they can have more people in.
Yeah, the likes of DW, which just has acres of floor space that's empty.
But then Results has a fob system on the door, so if they just say, I don't know how their door system works. They're like, once 20 fobs have been used for the day, that's it. That's your lot. I would probably book out slots, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I think some kind of booking system is the best way to go.
My barber uses a thing called Booksy. So shout out to 30 to start with. They use Booksy, and then you just like...
Pete's like properly pining after them.
I'm just not at all.
Yeah, look at the state. Have you seen the state of his fucking hair? Take your hat off.
I know, right?
Ah, God, you're a mess. Dear
Oh,
Lord.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Look at that beautiful hair.
I obviously I just book myself a month in advance every time, and then you just book your time slot there, and it books me for like an hour. But like gyms can do the same thing as that. So, say for instance, Warehouse had Booksy, and they had 3 slots at 12 o'clock. As soon as those 3 slots are booked, then you'd have to probably go for another time.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then obviously, if you don't turn up for it, then you'd also it'd be a members only thing. But then if you don't turn up, then you can't just move your slot. You have to book it for whenever you can again.
Yeah,
I
but if
think
you've
there
got
should
the
be a
effort of
strikes
booking, you're
list there.
turning up.
Yeah, but also
If you don't turn up for something like that, man, I'd be like, right, you get one fucking shot of this. If you don't show up for your session, get the fuck.
yeah. Oh, but obviously it'll be a case of like you can't just book fucking an hour that day, an hour that day. Like basically fucking 2-hour sessions every day. You can't do that.
Well, what I would do is just say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m., 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other thing I can just do at home.
Yeah. Man, we should work for the government.
Yeah,
God,
to all the
no.
gyms out there,
God,
get
no.
Booksy on the go and start booking out sessions, man. That's the only way I think it'll be viable. Unless you're a pure gym, then you're probably a prick. Support your local gyms, especially at this time. Have you noticed Robert Craig's performance gym? Have you seen what he's doing with his equipment and that? He's been really good. He's been very transparent about the process. So I think bye Pete. Yeah, I think I put it in our wee groupie a while ago. So he's been really good with. This is what's going on, guys. This is what we're being told. This is what we're being told. This is what's going on. So he's used the time to refurbish some bits of equipment.
Yeah.
He's used the time to fix bits of the gym that needed fixed, reflooring, painting, upgrading his supplement store that's part of the gym. And he said because of the members continuing to pay, he's been in a position to update the equipment. So he's been in a good place. But he was very transparent. So it was all over social networking. Hey guys, hope everyone's coping well. This is what we're doing with the gym. Now you might not have a lot to report, but I think everyone's a bit in limbo, like, oh, what's going on with my gym?
There's the other side of that, which is we're good. We're getting into it now. There's he's obviously been very transparent. We're not giving kit out to any. We're not but with the kit, we're not giving kit out to anyone.
Aye.
Which is the best route to go. If you're going to say we're not giving kit out, don't give kit out. But if you're then if you're a gym that is saying we're not handing kit out to some people, but then other people are getting kit, and it's all over social media. It's just a kick in the dick.
Oh yeah, if you're a paying member, and fuck, everyone's in the same boat. And I get there's people that probably need it more than others. You know, people that can't afford it. Fuck, people that have looming competitions, and people that the gym already supports in a way. Yeah. I get it, but you need to be transparent. That's it. You need to be either one way or the other, and whatever, it's your fucking business. Run it how you want, but I think the key is transparency. But I'm just using the guy Robert Craig because I think it's a cracking example. I've refurbished this. I think it's a pendulum squat or something he's refurbished. He's like, we've got a new hack squat. That's what we've done with the money. We've moved the gym around because we wanted to do that for a while, and now we have the time and the space. We've cleaned this. We've repaired this. We've disinfected this. So when all bets are off and we can train, you're in a slightly better facility than you were.
Yeah, but then because he's been transparent, I guarantee you he's still
retain members. Yeah, he'll retain his members. Yeah,
because everyone's like, okay, well, what I'm giving him money for is actually going to be better for when I go back.
Did Future Fitness do that as well?
Pardon?
Did a Future Fitness do that? I'm sure I've seen a post about Future Fitness being like, oh, we're not fucking sleeping while this is all happening. They bought a whole heap of new kit and be like, you know, this is what obviously your membership funds are going towards.
Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, they'd done some bits as well. But again, the communication side of things.
Transparency, man.
Yeah, but then imagine if you don't have a lot to say, then what's the point of saying it? I mean, yeah, I think it's.
But then
it's down to
there's some
you
gyms that
retain your
just aren't
business,
saying
isn't it?
anything. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
some
it's down
gyms
to
that
you
aren't saying
retain your
anything.
business. If yeah, man, there's so much shit you could be doing, I guess. Oh, everything hurts.
I think on the one rule for one person and different for others. That pisses me off.
Yeah, that my opinion is they need to get the ball rolling in some format soon.
Yeah.
Now, I remember seeing, you know, the petition that went about that was like, let's open gyms, and I was like, oh, that's cool, let's share it. And I shared it myself, and then I think I'd shared it when I'd woken up, I'd done my car, I'd eaten my food, and I sat down to read through it, and I was like, whoa, this is fucking stupid. No, we shouldn't open the gyms fucking now. That's just fucking retarded. I thought it was going to be some sort of structured approach. Like, at some point,
But there was a lot of people that were like, this is an awful idea, like social distancing, that are quite clearly not social distancing now.
Oh, yeah. But then I guess it comes down to weighing your decisions up. So there's going to be a point where everyone's going to be like, I just no longer care. I just know that I need to see my family. I need to see my friends. Pete's instance, I need to do some bicep curls. Like, it comes down to individual decisions, man. And
talking from sort of examples, obviously I lost my granddad fucking a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously being a pretty fucking difficult time, we had to go to his fucking funeral. There was 6 or 7 of us there. And it's just like, it wasn't like, my granddad was a fucking awesome dude. And basically everyone who went to my primary school knew who he was, because he always used to come around with fucking pan drops. He used to fucking dish out pan drops. And everyone fucking knew who he was.
I also rate a pan drop.
Yeah.
We're the same age.
And then, got to the point, like, obviously, we were all really fucking upset, because we never seen it coming, man. It was pretty sudden. We're all really fucking upset. I'm bubbling like fuck. My mum's torn up. Dad's upset.
There's only 6 people that can go.
Yeah. Just 6 or 7 of us, It was just
rough.
It was close family, and that was it. So, I mean, my grandma wasn't even there, because she's obviously of high risk.
Vulnerable, yeah. She's high risk,
It's so shit. And we're just like, you know what, fuck it. Well, I need a fucking hug just now. The first part, I went straight up to my mom, give my mum a fucking hug, because it was just, I hadn't fucking seen her in ages. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Absolutely.
It's gonna get to a point where people just don't give a fuck. Now, we have been somewhat lenient sometimes. Everyone saw me getting a haircut from Rob.
Fucking cracking haircut though. Just saying.
Fantastic. He'd like Lego.
If you could comment, swipe up, like.
Rob is now a hairdresser.
I'm now a barber.
But none of us have ever been like openly, you must stay indoors. I've never seen the 3 of us be very opinionated about it. What annoys me is the people that are overly opinionated, but then clearly don't care.
Oh fuck, like, man! That drives me mad.
Stick to one side of the fucking track.
Don't share all the bullshit. Don't put up stupid shit saying, "Oh, stay indoors," blah blah blah, and then not be doing it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Don't shit where you eat, man. If you're gonna be one of those people that's gonna flaunt I'm gonna say guidelines.
Yeah.
Don't fucking preach about people, and because everyone has done this at some point, right? And in my opinion, unless you're a fucking hermit, right? Everyone's gone to visit a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a pal, a friend. Even if you do distancing and stuff, you're still technically breaking the guidelines. You're still driving somewhere that's not fucking essential, right? So you've broken guidelines. So then for you to go on and be like, don't you fucking dare. Or even look at people and be like, what are they doing? What are they doing? You've been doing it your fucking self. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You got no right to fucking have an opinion, man.
No, that triggers.
I went to visit my family in Inverness, and it was all kicked off. And I had to socially distance from my niece and my nephews, and they're all like, "Uncle Bob," and I'm like, I fucking can. Like you guys will be fucked. Like if I'm passing this on, like, could hug my fucking mum, man. But I'm not gonna go on about it because like I've bent the rules to a certain extent. I have, hold my hand up. Like,
grey area.
I think
have I done my best to abide by the guidelines? Yeah, but there's definitely parts where I've went, no, this is more important to me.
I think the biggest issue right now, especially over the last couple of days, like fair enough, you can meet up with your family and friends in a pub with only 2 households being there, but then the whole Dominic Cummings fucking issue.
What a dick! What a dick!
Miles, right? He drove 250 miles because he apparently worried about childcare.
You're a fucking dickhead.
Fucking ridiculous, because you can't give your child to someone else if you're suffering from symptoms, because then they'd have to fucking isolate as well.
And you can't be dishing out guidelines while you're fucking doing it.
But dude,
I love that he's the guy that dished out the guidelines. And they went, nah, that doesn't work for me. I'm out.
Doesn't apply to me. I'm a big deal.
The thing about it is that he did a 60-mile round trip to test his eyesight.
It's just all lies. It's just all lies.
Why didn't he drive?
Yeah.
It's
man,
fucking
the other side of that coin, right? If you're testing your eyesight, why the fuck are you driving? That's terrifying. Well, if your eyesight's shit, you shouldn't be behind the wheel.
People are going to look at
what's wrong with his statement. What's wrong with his statement? It's just bullshit.
Like, why the fuck have I been staying in for the last 10 fucking weeks? This guy's just gone across fucking Britain.
Absolutely taking the
And
cut.
they're going to be like, oh, fuck it, it's obviously not that serious. And they're going to fucking go and see everyone. And
yeah. But then, as I think what you were about to say is, the last couple of days when everything's been loosened slightly and it's 2 households, if you go outside, it's fucking chaos.
Every
like,
household, man.
Every
I was down at the I live near the beach, so like before all this happened, my cardio would be waddling along the beachfront. I have to pick what time I go down there now, because you go down at a popular time, can't get fucking parked, can't fucking walk, hundreds of cunts.
It's the people queuing for like the ice cream and stuff, and there's like 100 folk just stood there waiting to get ice cream. Like, man, I get it. It's a hot day. Ice cream's pretty cool, but
then there's no way if a small business like that, enforcing social distancing. Like, what, they're going to put on fucking 10 staff to be like, hey, you need to fucking back off, mate.
On their premises, so they don't have to do anything about it.
Nah.
It's just on the fucking pavement.
Comes down to, the people themselves making choices. Is this burger van worth possibly catching COVID-19?
Yeah. Apparently so.
Oh, yeah, actually it is, apparently, yeah.
Burgers are fantastic.
I had a chicken wrap from one the other day, and it was quite nice. So, yeah.
Which burger van was it, Pete? Where'd you go?
One right at the bottom. Right at the bottom next to the fitty toilets.
Oh, right, aye. Right, okay. Yeah, another one.
They're very conscious about the whole social distancing thing. They contact us.
Yeah, but there's still like a massive crowd of people outside of the van.
Fucking hundreds of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's good. It's good to feel that there's it's loosening up a bit, but it's still like sort of up in the air, being like.
Do you think there's going to be like a second wave?
Well, here's the reality of it.
Dominic Cummings has fucking caused it himself.
Yeah. Here's the
driving around coughing on folks' doors.
People don't realise that they're not staying indoors to wait for this fucking virus to go away. The problem is that, like, I'm not trying to put the fear factor in anyone, but the virus is always going to be around. What they're trying to figure out is they're just trying to slow the spread of it, but it will still spread. So I'll probably get it. You guys will probably get it at some point. But
I could die.
Fuck off.
I'm 90 years old.
I'm not even kidding. More people are going to get it, and more people, unfortunately, will fucking die from it. They're just trying to slow it so that the NHS doesn't get hit all at once by everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're trying to keep everyone away from each other to not spread it. It will spread. Like, they haven't
Yeah.
said it won't spread. It will
Pete
spread.
successfully fear-mongering COVID.
No, that's reality, though. That is
I now don't want to leave my flat ever. It's not
fuck
safe
this.
out there.
Staying indoors, man. Dangerous.
Yep.
Man, the amount of times I've fucked up the one-way systems in Tesco's, Asda and stuff. Just like, and I get halfway up in one of the aisles just because everyone and I'm like, there's an arrow pointing the wrong way. I'm like, fuck, right, do I go back now? Do I not go? Fuck.
I've been
See, for me, it's not too bad because a lot of the time the arrows point the route that I would normally take anyway.
No way.
All right.
So you never go like
'Cause-
down the cake aisle just for a wee look?
Yeah, but I normally go down the arrowed way anyway. But I'm perusing.
So
What I love about that shit is you see the people in full PPE, fucking gloves, masks, biohazard suit. They see the arrow and they go, nah, fuck it, I'm safe, and just plow up the wrong way.
Fuck everyone else.
I did a laugh the other day. So I was in just getting a few bits and bobs, and I was like, just walking up an aisle. I didn't even notice the arrows on the floor, to be fair. I was walking up an aisle looking for something, and I just looked up, and there was a guy walking backwards with his trolley. He's like a middle-aged guy. He's walking backwards with his trolley, staring at me. And I went out, and then I went off to the right, and then he went back in. I was like, dude, it's not going to come up and fucking kiss you. And I'm not coming up like,
Maybe he recognized you.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have just like pretended to cough on him, eh? Like,
God, you would have got lifted for that. 100% got lifted for that.
oh, fuck it.
Right, so should gyms open? Yes, no.
Not yet.
Doug.
Not right
Not
now,
yet.
but yes.
Yeah.
I think
if
I think once they have a system to manage it,
yeah.
Well,
man, if they had a system to manage it right now, the gyms could open right now. But they don't have a sensible system to manage it.
we've just given them a system.
Yeah,
Yeah, Booksy. Booksy is the answer, lads.
1 hour slots, you get kicked out after a certain amount of time, and the next boy fires in, and you're sorted.
Yeah. That's it. If you're one of those stupid bastard that does 4 hour sessions, like you're fucked. Like you
Suck
get
it
an hour,
up.
get the fuck out.
Like-
Yeah.
like-
45 minutes, get the fuck out.
Let's be realistic with the bars, right? You're not going to go, like, hardly ever are you going to go to the bar with one person from another household, or like
Yeah.
2 households going to go to the same place. You're going to meet up, like, what you do at the bar is meet up with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have a table of fucking 30 Spice Boys from different fucking places, like
Spiceland.
like the standard dudes that come up from Dundee is like 50.
Stone Island, and they're all Cammy's pals.
They're all
Aye, fucking bellends.
all wear Kenzo tops,
Kenzo, yeah. Fuck
and they
Kenzo.
all bench more than Rob.
Apparently so,
Everyone does.
aye.
Yeah.
Nobody
Right.
does.
So
We've got another question. Let's move on to something cheerier because we've been
Yeah.
kind of deep and depressing.
I don't know. Bars to open, no. Gyms to open.
Would you like to do our volunteer check-in for the week?
Yes, let's do that.
Somebody-
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that? We won't. I don't. We won't bother putting his nudes up for everyone to see. So
I
anyone
think
wants to do that?
I think we should, because that's why.
I think we should.
do it.
Have you got them on your phone? Ping them to Pete.
Yeah. Give me a minute.
Bye, Rob.
Yeah. On the other thing.
All right, bye, Pete. I'm just now sat here on my fucking own.
Where's the left ear?
Just say something entertaining.
I'm just gonna sit and wave.
How's your week been with training, Pedro? Is
Oh,
Pete gone?
Pete left as well. It's just me.
You could tell it.
Oh, right.
We're all
Oh
away.
no, Pete's back. Shit.
Right. La da da da.
Wait,
La da da da.
a joke to keep us entertained.
What are you doing?
I said I've got a joke to keep us all entertained while we're waiting
Oh
for you.
fuck. Right, that's me putting the nudes into the group. Back in 2 secs, guys.
I'll wait till you're back. You got your headphones on?
Mm-hmm.
Has he got his headphones on?
He does, I think.
Here's a joke to kill the time. Another dad joke.
Oh no.
Put Diesel in the Escort the other week. She died. Oh man.
Oh, so simple. So simple.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if we should actually put these nudes up, man.
I've not looked at them.
Go and have a look.
Why not?
Because he's done what you should have done in your jacket. You put socks in.
He's fluffed so hard. Yeah, that's
Get
why we
on,
have.
you son of
That's
a
why
bitch.
we. That's why we have to put them in because of how hard he's fluffed.
Hello. Have we dropped his name?
Nah, not yet.
I'll let you.
Okay. This is the rubber band evangelist himself, Niall Shand, has been kind enough to send us his bodybuilding progress pictures, and we are going to assess it as we are scientists. Authorities in the industry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pete's going to pop up his nudes, and we're going to go through where he think he should focus his training, and roast him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hanging on, Pedro. Why is Pete now the guy in the chair?
Yeah, I'm just letting him roll with it.
Yeah. Have you looked at his nudes, Doug?
Yeah, I've just had a look at them.
So I'm going to go ahead and say he has a quality pair of pants on.
Yeah.
He's picked out a pretty cool colour of pants.
Loads of socks,
So,
man.
a pet hate of mine is, you know, when people put up scabby looking athletic apparel, they used to be white, but they've gone a bit grey. Skid marks with yellow pistons.
Yeah.
No need, guys.
It's the it's the very apparent fluffing that I fucking love.
I love that he's got not. Maybe Niall's just got a massive chode. Maybe he's got a massive banger.
Yeah, either that or he is like
Fair play, Niall.
cracked on a semi and went.
You are 90% cock and balls.
Nobody cares what he actually looks like.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at that thing.
Unfortunately, cock and balls don't win shows.
Not these types of shows.
I was going to say, maybe we should address the elephant in the room.
I think that's what we're doing. We should call that this segment, addressing the elephant in the room.
Yeah, probably. I think the first thing to note, he's got like really good quads. He's got really thick quads.
Yeah, that's something I'm quite surprised with. Like I wasn't expecting him to have big quads. Niall, tip of the hat, mate. That's a good set of quads.
Yeah, he's got his back actually comes out quite a bit as well, like his lats. I think he needs
he's
a
a bit
bit like me.
in the photo, I think. So he needs maybe some realigning, or needs to learn how to pose.
Yeah.
But
I think like me, he needs some lower lats. But
arse.
I think his lats are actually quite wide for his
Like
body.
his back's okay.
Yeah,
Back's okay.
Yeah.
Back's okay. Obviously, his body fat could do with. He has got no hamstrings
no,
and no real visible calf, for what I can see. So
never miss.
obviously he's got quite well developed quads. So I would suggest hitting your hamstrings pretty hard, Niall.
Yeah,
I'd get deep in the squat. No half repping.
I bet he does like
Wide
getting
in the
deep,
squat.
doesn't
Yeah, nice and deep there, Niall.
he?
Quads look really good, and I think his back definitely. You know, if he was to obviously come in a bit, his lats would look, much better or much bigger anyway.
Yeah.
Arms are an issue.
Yes.
You could always always do with more bicep, man.
Yeah, he's in a relaxed pose. Obviously, you can't see him, but just because he has quite nicely capped delts, so they're almost highlighting the fact that his arms are quite stringy,
weaker. Yeah.
So I'd be focusing on a lot of big tricep movements, try to get some girth into those fuckers. And with biceps, a lot of isolation, pumpy, squeezy
chest
work. Yeah. Niall, when this is all over, man, get the bands in the fucking bin.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've had the privilege of getting to see you train in the gym. So taking 2 hours to do a shoulder session is not advisable. Hit everything fucking hard.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how recent these check-in photos are, but he actually looks a lot better than I expected as well.
Yeah. I think his body fat's a bit higher than the last time I saw him, but everyone's
Still
is
got-
at the moment.
Yeah, he's still got a good shape to him. A decent
Yeah.
shape.
Like what we're saying there, I guess, is there's some potential here, Niall.
Man, if when his waist, like if his midsection comes in, he would have a little bit of an X.
He'd have a good taper. His quads are wide,
Yeah.
so a bit off the muffin top.
Yeah.
I guess if I was your coach and I was saying this is what I would advise, I'd set your program up with a specific arm day.
Yeah.
Your leg days would be for 70% hamstring, 30% quad, maybe a bit of calf in there. Your back and stuff's coming on fine, so whatever you're doing for that, stick at it. Obviously, you can always be thicker.
I think like probably a bit like myself, you need some lower lat though. Some more like rowing to the hip and stuff. And lower lat voodoo.
Yeah, some voodoo in there. You need to get nice and low with those rows.
If I was to possibly chuck my oar in, like I said, I'm not a scientist or anything like that, I would say he needs to develop the sort of lower part of his chest a bit as well.
I think it's okay.
I think he needs to bring the upper in.
I think if he's doing heavy pressing and close grip bench press and stuff, that'll all take care of itself. I think arms, Niall, arms need addressing.
Certainly worth saying.
From the back, his traps look mad. Like if you go to his back photo, like the shape of that, like.
Yeah, no, you got a good back, mate.
I think that looks crazy.
It'd be cool to see it in a bodybuilding pose. But right, here you go. So what class would you put Niall in?
Man,
I think his quads are too big to waste him on men's physique.
What's the other one? The tight spandex one, muscle model. I think.
Muscle model, you could put him in the wee hot pant class.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't have the arms for classic bodybuilding.
No.
He doesn't have the size for bodybuilding, but muscle model he could definitely get away with.
Doesn't everything be like in sort of equal proportion to everything else?
Yeah, he needs to bring his arms up, learn how to hit a vacuum, and grow some hamstrings, and there you go.
Yeah, I think you're right. His quads would be wasted on men's bikini.
Men's physique, like he could probably like cut and do men's physique, but I think if he wanted to excel, I'd be aiming for the muscle model class.
Yeah.
And getting his arms up to like he could go into muscle model just by addressing his arms and his body fat, I think.
Yeah. Bring up his chest
a bit.
Bring up his
classic
arms.
Bodybuilding, he needs arms and hamstrings.
Yeah.
That was my opinion.
Quads though, man. He's got so much quads.
Yeah, it's a good look. Good look, Niall.
Like Doug, actually.
Quadzilla.
Doug's in the same boat. Let's go back to Doug's. Doug's got big ass quads as well.
Yeah, except I didn't fluff as hard for this photo.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't fluff at all. That's my mistake here.
Anyway, I think we
yeah, that was
roasting too much.
Yeah, other than his the elephant in the room that's staring at me.
Yeah,
I need to close it off.
Two things he's doing right. He's training his quads properly, and he's fluffing beyond belief.
Yeah.
His fluff game is on point.
Quads, penis, all positive for the day. Negatives are hamstrings and arms.
Yeah.
Hamstrings and arms if you want to develop your physique, Niall.
I think they're definitely his weakest part.
There you go. So I would include an arm day that involves quite a lot of tricep work. And as Pete Ganell will tell you, all the biceps.
Bicep, man.
Mere biceps.
All the biceps in there.
Certainly triceps as well, because I think, like, one thing I've certainly noticed, my arms have got far bigger, training more triceps than I have biceps.
Yeah, it's 2/3 of your arm.
2/3 of your arm.
2/3 of your arm, yeah. Get bigger triceps, you'll have bigger arms.
Biceps, though.
I have one more question. Pete, do you have any other cool questions?
Well, I mean, Niall actually asked a question, but he just said, "What's the best pre-workouts you've had?" But we answered that last week.
The best pre-workout you've ever had? Jack 3D.
Might just be Total War, because it just.
Back when they could put all the fun stuff in it.
Yeah.
We'd highly recommend hopping in a fucking time machine, going back and getting fucking 50 tubs of Jack 3D.
Yeah. What else have you got? Like, what's
Might as well be taking acid.
been on for?
This is a bit controversial. Isn't everything we talk about? Is deadlifting sumo gay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Doug's a power lifter.
Let's be
get Doug
scientific
to you.
about it. For powerlifting, it makes perfect sense because you've lowered the range of motion and you don't have to pull the bar as far. You can involve
But
more
then does it
glute.
not only work if you are flexible and you have certain leverages? Like I know
Yeah,
sumo works better for some people.
and you can involve more hamstring and glute in it, which are obviously bigger muscle groups. Which
Right. So
means
are we
you
talking?
can
Are
normally
we
lift more.
talking bodybuilding or powerlifting? You want to do both?
Well, yeah, it's gay because it's not conventional, but it makes sense.
I think deadlifting from the floor will always be the most masculine way of doing a deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't agree with is trap bar deadlifting. I think when people are like, we got a massive trap bar deadlifting.
Fuck up, man.
Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. Trap bar deadlift is I would rather what
it's an accessory move.
conventional sumo trap bar. If you're trying to have some sort of carryover, it's more like a leg work.
Conventional sumo elephant bar trap bar. Even the elephant bar is better.
My view on it is sumo deadlifts are pretty much the same as benching with a mad arch on your back. So those people who are like fucking bent all the way, like a fucking contortion, and then like the range of motion's that. Like,
but then surely your competitive edge would always take over. So if you can do an arch and you can beat the guy beside you, you're going to do an arch. If you're trying to get your Wilks up,
and you're going to take the roasting.
If I had the biggest total at the meet, you had an arch. Yeah, but a 1.
Who cares? Yeah. Man, total is everything.
But like,
if you're a power lifter, I'm going to say sumo is not gay.
If you are a female bodybuilder,
Pete looks fucking furious.
If you're a female bodybuilder, sumo is not gay because all it does is work glutes and hamstring. There you go.
Yeah, true. If you're a female bodybuilder, sumo is the one.
Yes.
Stay away from conventional.
Tell you what. If sumo deadlifts were cool, then Eddie Hall and Thor would have done a sumo deadlift.
Would they though?
Can you do a sumo in a deadlift suit? I'm not sure you could get your legs that wide.
I'm pretty sure you can.
One way.
Yeah.
So yeah, sumo is gay if you are a bodybuilder. But if you're a female bodybuilder, it's good with me. Male bodybuilders, conventional all the way. Are you a bitch? Yeah, talking to you.
If you're
and if you're using trap bar to show how strong you are, fuck off.
Nobody cares.
Keeganella, don't do deadlifts.
Bicep more.
If you're Pete, do another bicep day.
Do more biceps, man. Do more biceps. You want to develop your lower back? Nobody needs to see it. It's under a t-shirt.
Do you know what I've been doing, because I don't have a lot of plates and stuff. I've been doing. So I have an Olympic bar, some Olympic plates. I am doing double overhand with straps. The Dorian style deadlifts for a bit of time under tension because I can't deadlift off the floor. So I pick it up off my rack and then I control it down like a negative, pause at the bottom, pull back up fast.
You could do rack pulls from above the knee. They're really good.
If you did deadlifts like you regularly do in the gym, you'd fuck off every single one of your neighbors, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, imagine, bang, doom, bang, doom.
Little water boy.
What the fuck are you talking about? I have
needle dick.
Fucking pricks. I'm a beautiful deadlifter. Arsehole.
I'm never gonna be able not to make that noise when I see you deadlifting.
No, thanks for that. Cheers. Yeah, deadlift's the one thing where I probably make a bit of noise because I just can't contain it.
No.
Yeah, so double overhand, time under tension, voodoo deadlifting, bodybuilder style.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to stick with it because from a bodybuilding point of view, it's the way you should deadlift. So
productive. Right, we've been on for fucking hours.
Yeah, I'm bored of you cunts already.
Yeah. Let's end it on a high note. Trap bar deadlifting. Fuck off.
If you have a fucking, I don't know, a 500 kilo trap bar deadlift, that does not mean you will deadlift 500 kilos. I'm just putting that over conventionally. Like, you won't. You just won't. It's not the same fucking exercise.
I love people that boast a 300 kilo trap bar but can't pull 220 off the floor with ease.
Yeah, it's a bit fucking stupid, eh?
We all know one.
I know several. I know fucking several, man. I see them all over the fucking. I'm a 900 years old, though, so I know plenty of people.
Yeah, true.
Right, Pete.
Right.
Catch you in a bit. Dougals.
Right.
Stay safe. Stay alert. Wait a minute, guys. We have to do that thing we always forget to do.
Oh, do we need to take a photo?